ensconced inside the bunker at Renan's Folly, having just taken a long rest and emerging from the room to find the hallway covered in webbing, invisible webbing, and a very annoying spider that can walk through walls. But you managed to fight it off, suffering no permanent casualties. You currently stand in a 60 by 60 foot room, the center of which is dominated by a 20-foot wide cylinder, holes in the floor, and soft light bathing the floor around it. The two openings, I should say.
Yeah, the harassing spider ran away.
Supposedly.
He did.
Definitely wasn't because it was like 1:30 in the morning.
Not level with
I
you.
mean-
He had 5 hit points left. He ran.
Mister, you have the availability to cast See Invisibility. You should run that.
What now, huh?
You have the spell called See Invisibility.
Do I have the spell called invisibility?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you.
Yes, I have it. Yes.
It lasts
Lord.
1 hour. It is not a ritual.
And you have the gall to call me a useless wizard.
I'm just saying, for the first hour or so, you should just pop that and have it up, just in case our friendly neighborhood spider man decides to visit. Then we can kill him.
Spoderman?
It would have to be the Miles Morales Spider-Man, because he's the one who goes invisible.
Oh, you want me to keep casting See Invisibility and shit?
Well, just for the first hour as we're exploring the ship. Let me
Okay.
pull up
Weren't we bunking
my
down
big
for a
map.
rest?
You
I thought we-
literally just got up from a long rest.
We completed a
Oh,
long rest. We're
okay,
all good to go.
Yeah, I thought we ended the session before taking the rest.
No, you took your long rest, and then you walked out of the door. Well, Freeman did, and then got stuck in some invisible webbing that had been strung up over your door overnight.
Yep. And then we had Fairy Fire cast, and we blew up all the spider webs, and then we mostly killed the spider, but he survived, so he can go fuck himself.
It's a spider with an int of 9, so yeah, it ran away.
All right, we're in the elevator. Let's go south and then east. Get that unexplored hallway explored.
Okay, so you go down south along the 20-foot wide hall. The closed doors on either side of it. To your right on the west side, uncolored doors. All the doors to the left, to the east, violet. You come to a cross intersection. To the west, a 10-foot wide hall covered in mushrooms. Their chorus beginning as you approach. To the east, a 10-foot wide hall. Close by is a closed door that has no color marking on it. Farther off in the distance, you can see another T intersection, a black door to the south, and a hallway extending north.
No, we know what's behind that door. It's a room full of stuff.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention.
I beat you. Yours is better, though, because you actually have the connector.
That's because my map's the canonical one.
Mine's the drawing.
So what you're telling us, Under, is you could fundamentally change that map, and it would still be canon?
Yes, when you guys make your map,
It's
the
not
map
canon.
isn't the terrain, and
Yeah,
therefore it can be wrong. If I change my map, the terrain alters.
Yeah. That's why I
Does our
deleted
memory of the
map.
terrain alter?
Exactly. Yeah. That's why
Maybe.
I deleted mine as soon as I seen Underdark posted one, because Underdark's map is superior. All right.
The one
We'll
true map.
go east. I mean, we know what's in the first door, so let's just head to that T intersection to see what's up that way.
Okay.
Captain Crunch with no fruity pebbles is great.
So you advance to the T intersection. To the north, you see a 10-foot wide hall going 50 feet to the north, ending in a closed door with a brown color code on it. On the west wall are 3 open doorways. On the east wall, 4 doorways. The first of which is open, the second of which is a closed black door, and then the other 2 are open. To the east, you can see this hall continues. A mixture of black colored doors and open doorways.
We should go straight to the end. That brown door sounds intriguing. All in favor?
Go forth.
Sure.
Advance. Onward.
All right, Under, this is the puzzle piece that'll make or break my map making.
Okay.
And that's for you, Gilbert.
So you walk north,
Thank you.
seeing various. You're passing by a bunch of open doorways. You can see various decrepit living quarters and ruined storage rooms as you pass by. Eventually arriving at the brown door.
Beep boop beep.
Alright. It slides open, revealing damaged stacks of crates and what looks to have been long rotted organic materials. Meat, plants, and the like. A sickly, sweet smell hangs in the air. Different from the mildewy smell you've had before.
Nothing like the smell of rotten flesh to wake you up in the morning. How big is this room after we open the door?
So there's a small 10 by 10 area which appears to have hangers along the roof, as if you would put like a curtain or a tapestry across it. And then the room beyond you can see is a 20-foot deep, 30-foot wide room.
Well, mister, I think we should give her a good sweep.
Well, then give me an investigation check.
I'm annoyed. I have 2 halves of door. Mister, are you here?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
What?
we got a big room. Let's
Oh,
check her
okay.
out. Oh man, I want Captain Crunch.
Alright, yeah, you go through the various decrepit and sodden materials, finding nothing other than the decayed, almost sludge-like material that's left of what used to be from the smell meat.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing interesting in here. Let's sweep all the open rooms that we haven't seen before. So the 6 of them.
I think so.
Yeah, sweep
Yeah, as
those
I
on our
said,
way
you swept
back.
through them on your way up there and found nothing of interest.
Oh, okay, so that's all inclusive. All right. All right, let's pop the is that unmarked? The door to the east?
The closed door, no, is has a black marker on it.
Okay. All right, let's pop that.
You pop that open, revealing what appears to be a storage area. This one full of empty crates. Like crates inside of crates. Stacked up as if for use. But not containing anything. Except more crates.
All right. Stein, give her a run through real quick. Mister.
I'll make an investigation check then.
Mister. Mister.
Mister.
Sorry, guys. What now?
What's up? How's it going, sir? How you doing?
What's up, Joe? Sorry. I'm alright. I'm here. What's up?
We have another room to sweep.
Okay.
I hope you brought your broom because I brought the dustpan.
Alright, you sweep through the crate storage room and find more crates containing smaller crates, which are empty.
Crateception.
Wow. Okay, what's next?
I think it'd just be due south out of this hallway then.
All right.
We got a doorway there. What's the marker on that door under?
To the south,
Due south out of the hallway
black.
that we're in right now. Black? Alright. Alright, beep boop beep.
It opens up to reveal a 15-foot wide, 30-foot deep, empty room.
I mean, it's D&D. Nothing's actually empty.
Well, then give me an investigation check.
Let's give her a look, mister.
What do we find?
So as you're looking through the room, the only odd thing you find is that near the center back of the room, on the floor, there are several holes in the floor, which appear to be finely machined threading. Arranged in a pentagon.
Bolts?
Yeah, like female threads to hold bolts, but they're empty.
Like between
Yeah.
Dr. Stein and I, we can be like, oh, those are machine screws of
Something
some
with-
kind.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like the theory of making threads did exist in medieval times. They were just very crude compared to what we would accept. These are extraordinarily finely machined compared to what
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
be
We
used
know
to.
what they are, and
So like,
fascinated
so like
about how-
824, M4, something like that.
These are M20s.
Do I have? Let me look. Hang on. I want to see.
Oh
Something.
god damn!
There are 5 of
wanna
them
ask a
arranged in a pentagon at the back of the room.
That's a big ass bolt.
Okay. How big?
M20? That's at least a half-inch across.
All right.
Yeah, it's about a 3/4 inch bolt.
I don't have any, so I'm hoping that. Do you have any wax on you by any chance?
How
Pretty-
much wax do you want?
I want to make a wax imprint of that screw hole.
I have I have candles. I have 37 candles. Anyway,
Okay, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to fill that up with, and then screw it out, and
Mhm.
then yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you have an imprint of the screw.
you
in case
have
come
this
across something.
waxy impression of what is essentially an M20 thread about 3 inches long.
And that's all the further it went down? Or is
Yeah.
that all the further it went down with the heat?
Now,
No,
does
it's
it look
blind.
like something was moved? This is on the floor, you said?
Yes, there are 5 of these holes arranged in a pentagon, which would be inscribed in about a 10-foot diameter circle.
Oh, okay. They're big. I was thinking like 20 inches across, but that's a lot bigger.
Like something was moved from here, or
Something was structurally bolted down. It's a 3/4 inch bolt essentially.
yeah.
Like that's something big.
You see no evidence of anything having been moved, but the
Okay,
floor
that
is
was my
dusty
next
and old
question.
looking.
Yeah. That was my
Yeah.
next question.
Yeah, there's no like scraping on the ground or anything like that.
Okay. And the dust is the same consistency around the bolt holes as it is on the rest of the floor.
Correct.
Okay.
If anything, it's but consistent.
Nobody else has been here, is what I'm thinking. All right. Moving on.
So yeah, we have the wax. Well, we have the wax
Since
impression.
there's nothing
So
else in here worth.
yeah, there's not much else we can do without more information. And with a 27, I think we would have gotten more information if there was more information.
Yeah.
So let's
That's why I told us about the bolt holes, because I got a 27. You know.
All right. Yeah, I'm gluing pieces in real quick. 1 second. Still too big.
So how many doors are left on this floor?
A lot.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't have the piece glued in yet, but if you wanted the black and white, that's what we're looking at. All the black is on
And
this
how many
floor.
floors did we find out there were?
5. But like I said, the primary floor, the floor 1 that we're sitting on right now is probably going to be the most in depth. The rest of them are going to be more engineerial, so there'll be lots larger rooms as we go down. So once we sweep this floor and get everything that we explore possible, and then we still have to go into the VR, because I think that's the only place we're going to get a gray key. We haven't come across a gray key yet, and we've gone into some of the higher security areas. So I think the VR is the only place that we're going to get a gray key from, and that's going to be Stein with the bag of holding. Or if Stein wants to give up the bag of holding to somebody else that might survive those scenarios better. But regardless, the VR is, I think, where we're going to get the gray key from to be able to open the gray key doors. Because there is 3 of them right now that we've discovered. Like this
Yeah,
hallway
I'd
right
love for,
now,
like,
we have... Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'd love for like the cleric or the paladin to square off with the, or even the big barbarian to square off with a.
I'd love to see
xenomorph.
Pete go in there.
I know.
I would
right?
enjoy that. Oh yeah.
I
Do
don't
we
think
wanna
I'm
do
gonna
that?
last
Let's
much
do that.
longer than any of you will, but
You can rage. You can last a lot longer than any of us can.
okay. Well, just to
I want to point
Like you would
out,
have
guys, the
Stein's
record
input
stands
from
is
what Stein
1.5.
experienced.
okay,
The
yeah,
record
well,
stand is 1.5 because I killed one and the other one ran away. So that counts as 2. So I killed 2. The record is 2.
it still
Like
only
you would
counts
have
as 2.
Stein's. Yeah, it still only counts as 1. You'd have Stein's input from when he went into the VR. So if you went in there with the bag of holding, I think you would have the highest survivability rate. And also, if you did full out die, you would have the highest survivability rate.
So remind me, how does this VR thing work again? Because
You go in, sit in a chair, and you get put into a new environment.
yeah, but not
um,
really, right?
Yeah, it's so all of your spell slots, which doesn't matter for you, and your health is the same as when you, like your inventory, your party inventory or your player inventory stays the same from 0. So you go in there, let's say you have 10 potions of healing. You use those out of your backpack. Those 10 potions of healing would reappear when you come out of the VR environment.
Ah, that's
But
interesting.
anything inside of the bag of holding is in a different dimension. So if you had 10 potions of healing in the bag of holding, if you used one out of it, if you end the VR environment, you would have 9 potions of healing because you used it from a different dimension.
Okay, so stuff from the bag of holding bypasses the.
Persists.
Yeah,
Yes.
it persists somehow, even though the bag of holding that you're bringing into the VR itself is not real.
But that's because the bag of holding is a different dimension.
Well, no, I mean, like the bag of holding, as in the physical object in your inventory, the bag of holding would come back if you just like threw it away. It's only things inside the bag of holding.
Right.
So I guess the bag of holding in the VR is like a pointer to the original bag of holding, which is itself a
Yes.
pointer to another dimension.
Right.
Yes,
It
exactly.
makes a copy of the original and opens
So-
the time portal. Yeah.
When Stein went in there, he put the shotgun and a couple of the grenades in the bag of holding. Oh no, he didn't. He put the finger. That was the only thing he put in there.
I wish I'd put shotgun and grenades.
Yeah. But we know because of the finger's existence in the bag of holding after he left the VR that anything that's put into the VR or into the bag of holding in the VR stays in the bag of holding. So if you come across the captain and can get a hold of a gray key, whether you have to kill him for it or ask him for it, you can put the gray card, which is the only one that we don't have, into the bag of holding, and when you leave the VR situation, you'll have whatever you put in the bag of holding. And that's why I'm like,
Ah.
you have the highest survivability rate with the aliens because of your resistances.
Right.
So that let's
Okay,
just head
well,
west,
wait, if
pop all
I-
these doors.
If I die in there, well, hold on. If a normal person dies in there, do they just wake up in the chair, or?
That's what happened to.
If Van died,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if Van died, he just the machine opened up after we opened it. So we have to set a time limit. So let's say 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, we will open the VR pod.
Mm.
And if you're dead, we can revive you, which we don't actually have to. We just have to pull you out,
Right.
and you'll revive on your own. But yeah, so the VR environment is technically like safe, air quotes.
Mm.
So if
Yeah.
you die, we can still, like, if there's enough time, we can still resurrect you and revive you. But since you have the circumvention to that, you're
Yes.
the best choice. So if you
suppose
do
that's true.
fully go down, it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah, as long as we have somebody who can cast, I think it's
If Van-
greater restoration. Then,
Yeah, if Van
we'll
can.
be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why. Okay, so let's head west, explore the rest of these hallways, or the rest of this hallway, because there's half a dozen doors that we haven't opened on this hallway, and that'll
then
put
get
us in
back to
the
pods.
Yep, that'll put us in the VR theater. And there's a couple of open doors that we haven't actually explored in this area.
Okay.
All right. So under, yes, we're going from the door that we're at right now, south of that T intersection. We're
Yeah.
just gonna go due west and explore every door that we can open.
So you're going across the 20-foot wide
Or due
hall into
east.
the Screaming Mushroom hallway?
No, I'm sorry. Due east.
Okay.
I'm tired and drunk.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to do this quickly. You come to the first door, which is a black door. You open it. It reveals what appears to be a somewhat longer than normal set of living quarters. However, this one is just as disheveled and decrepit as the others. The door to the next door, which would be to the north, is also is also an open door to the south. That reveals another empty room. A black door to the north reveals a 20 by 20 empty room. Open door to the south is a mostly empty room with a single crate mostly towards the back. The next open door to the north is a 20 by 20 decrepit living quarters. The next door to the south is a nicer, larger destroyed living quarters with a nice little seating area where it would have been nice once upon a time. The couch and the easy chair have all kind of rotted. The next door appears to open to a storage room, and the door after that opens to an empty room.
All right. Stein and I can do a quick sweep of the investigation, and we'll focus on that single crate to the south. That sounds fancy.
Okay.
The only thing that stood out in everything you described.
Sure. So you guys, give me an investigation check. All right, so yeah, you sweep through the rest of the rooms and don't find anything of interest. The area long since appears to have been picked clean. The single crate in the otherwise empty room is unlike the other crates marked. Around where you know the seam to be is a like a yellow band covering the seam. Though with age, it looks to have become brittle and started pulling away from the crate.
And with our medieval knowledge, yellow doesn't typically mean hazardous material, does it?
While that would not be true, you did read a thing about yellow keycards here.
Oh, that's true. So Stein, with his comprehend language, would be like, yellow is medical.
Yeah.
So do we want to open this right now, which I don't support, or do we want to chuck it in the portable hole and open it later? That's the question. Open the suspicious medical crate right now, or portable hole and open it
Well,
later
you
when
know,
we're.
if yeah, I'd rather put it in a portable hole and wait for later, or in the portable hole. Yeah.
All right, Gilbert, you got that? We're gonna go with portable hole. Anybody else want to chime in?
Yeah, I'd rather get that back to the lab before we open it up.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
exact details of what I'm sticking in here.
A crate, or under, if you want to give him a description what he's writing down.
Crate with yellow tape around the seam. This is crate 1 dash open parenthesis 50 close parenthesis.
Alrighty.
That ain't some Resident Evil numbering system.
We didn't open it. It's pressurized.
It's unopened. 1 tag 50.
It's got a face hugger in it, frozen. It's animation. Even worse, an egg.
All right, so the rest of the room's, just pretty straightforward. Nothing value, nothing of interest.
Correct.
All right. Well, let's head to the VR. Let's see if I can remember which. I think it was the third one, right, Stein?
Yeah.
First
I
one was
think so.
space. Second one was cowboy. Third one was VR environment that matched the ship.
Yeah.
I'm stretching at this point.
Wait, no.
Was the fourth one?
If Van went, who went in?
If we went in the first one,
Right.
and that was the space, you're fucked.
Yeah. And then
I went in the second one. That was the cowboy environment.
Yeah, and then I went in the third. Then did I went? If I went next, then it was the.
No. It is the fourth one because the third one was the shock trooper drop.
Oh yeah. Because I did.
And
both
the
of those.
fourth
That's right,
one
that's
was
right,
the
yeah.
clone of the ship.
Right.
And then
right.
the fifth one was the dating app.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, worst case scenario, we can just do a 10-second dry run. So let's go with the fourth one. Pete's gonna sit down. We'll do a 10-second dry run. If he's like, oh, it looked like the ship, based on what Stein described, then we can put him in there for the 5-minute time interval.
Yeah. The guy pulling you out. Be careful.
Yeah, he's got 10 seconds. From your encounter, both the shock trooper and the ship replica, 10 seconds would not be fatal.
The shock trooper was first. It was
Yeah.
before the.
I think that was third,
Yeah.
but I'm not certain. That's why I wanted to double check. We'll put him in the fourth one, pop it open after 10 seconds with a red key card.
Yeah.
And if he's like, yep, it was a copy of the ship, then we'll put him in there for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, Stone Soup.
All right.
My love. Don't die.
I'll try not to, but if I do, it's no biggie.
All right, so you go into the large room with the 6 egg-like contraptions on the eastern wall. You
Oh, that's
said you're
right,
going
there's
to
6 of 'em.
the. Yep, there are 6 of them,
5 and 6
arranged
are
vertically from north to south. Which one are you going into?
Fourth.
From what?
Fourth from the north.
Okay. So yeah, you can see a little black square on the side of these pale white, spheres.
Yeah, we use the red key card to open it.
It slides open. Inside, you see a recliner.
I sit in the recline. Or wait, I need the bag of holding.
Yes.
Yep, I take the bag of holding and then I sit in the recliner.
Okay.
Well,
two
this
ha-
is the dry run.
The two
We're only after
halves
10
begin
seconds.
to close together. And Stone Soup, almost immediately, they then open again. And you see a figure clad in a material very similar to that shredded silvery material you saw, near the entrance when you first came into this bunker.
Hmm.
And a figure there says, "What are you doing? We need to go." And you just see him then get torn out of sight as he was reaching towards you through the gap. Off to the west, out of sight. And you just hear a horrible scream come from him. And then
I've only
nothing.
got 10 seconds, so I'm going to poke my head around the corner.
Yeah, you see the same room that you just were in, though the room is showing no sign of the previous decay. A large splatter of blood covers the center of the floor, and some damage to the ceiling is above it.
Interesting. I'm not going to go anywhere to see it. I'll wait for my 10 seconds to run out.
Okay. The 10 seconds pass, and Freeman, you're keying the pod open?
Yep.
The pod opens, and you're treated once again, Stone Soup, to the sensation of sitting in the chair and watching the two halves of the pod separate. Freeman now visible on the entry gangplank.
Yep, I described the scenario I just experienced.
I love it. Sounds like the right one.
Okay.
So just stand up and sit back down, and you have the bag of holding, and we're good to go.
Yeah, wait, before I do, somebody else did this first. How far did they make it? Like, what's actually in here? I don't
They
know.
ran the timer out because we only give Stein went in there for a minute, so 10 rounds.
Okay, and what did Stein see?
Stein would have described it to you. It's the alien. It's aliens.
Okay, it's
The-
aliens. Got it.
Yes, aliens. Yes. So they're very fast. The xenomorphs, and they hit pretty hard, but they die pretty quick. And
Okay.
then he would describe the shotgun and everything like that, and the grenades and everything like that.
Yeah, you'll find a shotgun.
And then-
grenade, you'll find a few people.
Yep. And then the bag of holding
we're-
is transdimensional. All of that. You would have all of this information going in. It's not unknown knowledge to you.
Okay. Have we found out what happens when you try to remove the shotgun and the grenades from the,
I was using them, so
He used them, but he didn't put them in the bag of holding. He put a xenomorph finger in the bag of holding, and that transitioned across. That's how we know the bag of holding works for a multi-dimensional transition.
okay.
And
Yeah,
so,
I
with
stuck
that
the finger
information, you're
in there.
going in there to try getting a gray card. That's the goal.
How do we know that's the goal?
Because we don't have a gray card.
Okay,
We have
and
all of the other cards.
And we think this is where the gray card is?
we know that we can
I'm
get one.
speculating at this point that that's where the gray card is, because we haven't come across one yet, and we've gone in a lot of reasonably high security areas.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we have the actual list, though. Ruffles.
Do I have my sheet open? I do have my sheet open. Let me... Those are the cards that we have.
Right.
The
Oh, this
only one
one's
we
in
don't
gray.
have is gray.
Okay.
And that's the highest security. That's the captain card.
All right, how much
and
time do
so-
you want to give me? 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
All right.
So
I'll see how long or how far I can make it in 5 minutes, and whether I'll need more time.
yeah, any of the grenades you come across, hang on to them if you can, because we haven't actually used them, but they sound powerful.
Unless
based on
there's something
Stein
weird
using
going
one.
on in this scenario, I think I'm just going to use my regular weapon, and anything I find, I'm going to toss in the bag.
That works. How many potions of healing do you have?
How many potions of healing? Let me see. I don't have any.
All right,
oh wait,
I have
no, here
6.
they are. I have 4.
Okay, I have 6, so take 6 from me.
Yep.
Because you can use those out of your inventory, and they won't actually get consumed.
Yes,
Like
and
we've established that from Stein using stuff, and then he actually had the items back.
Are these an action to use on yourself, or?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, take 6 from me.
Sure.
I've got Bottled Breath, Potion of Wakeful Rest. Not matter.
Yeah,
Climbing,
that's not
a
gonna be
potion of
helpful.
climbing.
Yeah, it
You
could
can
be
climb on
useful.
walls and shit. All right, give you that. And then, do you want a bunch of the mini nades? They 1d8 radius 20.
No, I'll keep.
Yeah, you do more damage with your weapon, so
Yeah.
even though it's an AOE, it's only a 1d8, so it's like okay. All right, so 6 potions of healing and a potion of climbing from me. I'm just looking through my inventory to see if there's any other bullshittery that you could take with you. Nothing that wouldn't require attunement.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, then with that, I sit back down in the recliner.
Okay. The pod closes and then immediately reopens, treating you to the same scene of the figure in the undistinct silvery cloth get ripped away with a scream.
Yep. I walk out of the pod.
You see the blood, you see the hole in the ceiling, and the doors leading out to the south and to the west, out to the hallway. To the north, you know the doors lead to rooms.
Right, let me just see here. Ah, 1 hour. That's more than enough. I drink the potion of climbing. How high is the ceiling?
The ceiling is 10 feet from the floor. It's a 10-foot high ceiling.
Well, in that case, I go over to the wall, and I climb on the ceiling to reach that hole.
Okay.
So
yeah,
actually,
Go ahead.
No, don't worry about it.
All right. So you walk over to that hole, upside down on the ceiling, and you look inside.
Sure.
All right. So you look inside, and you see a black, chitinous figure 5 feet away from you.
Excellent. I bonus action rage and then attack it.
All right. Roll initiative.
That 2d6 was accuracy within 50. You are pretty good at telling time, I guess. We're using a candle to tell time, so.
Ah. Ooh, it goes first.
It does. And its tail is going to lash out at you.
Mm-hmm. No.
Don't think a 9 hits you. So it is going to take a couple of swipes at you with its claws.
Oh, no.
No, and then it's going to turn and run away, which will provoke an attack of opportunity from you.
Yep. Let me see. Do I want to... Yeah, well, probably not. Just going to attack regularly.
Okay.
Ah, and I actually can't reckless this, because it's not my turn.
You do not hit it.
Ah, well.
As it skitter. Do you have dark vision?
You know what? I don't.
All right. Well, the light from the room only goes about 10 feet into this, what appears to be some type of duct. And it skitters off into the darkness, and you hear it clanging far away. Like it moved a significant distance.
Ah, well, I can also move a significant distance. So when it comes to be my turn after this,
It's now your turn.
I'm going to do the old lit torch in the mouth trick.
Okay. So you light a torch, stick it in your mouth.
Yep.
How far can you
And
move?
I can move. Let's see, since it's now my turn, on this turn I can move 100 feet.
Okay. Well, you would move 40 feet down this hall, and then at the edge of the 20-foot radius of the torchlight, you would see the creature.
Perfect. I move a few more feet to get into melee.
Yep.
However long that needs to be.
It'd just be 20 more feet.
Yep.
So you've moved a total of 60 feet.
Okay, and then I attack it.
Roll to hit. One hit.
Ooh, these guys have a lot of AC. Alright. One deck save.
They are dexterous.
And that's just fire.
Yeah.
Which might be good.
It takes normal damage.
Yep. And it passed, so that's half.
Yeah, but the things have acid in them when you hit them.
So I'm assuming they'd be resistant to acid damage.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Alright, that is a combination of 28 magical bludgeoning and fire.
When he dies, it's going to drip acid on him.
Oh, wait,
All right, yeah. So you hit him. Little spurts of acid go flitting about. You take 8 points of acid damage.
Okay, and that's it for my turn.
All right.
And I did reckless.
Indeed. And on its turn, it is going to attack you.
Yep.
So first the tail. Oops, that's supposed to be a +4, so it's a 19.
Well, that still hits.
Okay. So that hits you for 7 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
It then attempts to use its claws on you. I think those both hit.
They do.
For a total of 65 slashing damage.
Ah. Let's see, that is... Yep. I'm going to use my
Like I said.
reaction. Actually, no, it'll probably try to run away again. I'd better save it.
Like I said, her highest survivability rate.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. And it doesn't run away.
Ah, it doesn't run away.
Indeed, it is now your turn.
Okay. Well, now that it's my turn, I'm going to keep attacking it.
Okay, roll to hit. The
I think that's
24
one
hits.
hit. Yep. One deck save. Which it fails. Against 6, which is... Scrolling...
Stone.
Oh, restrained.
Yes,
Lovely.
it is now restrained.
And now I don't need to reckless.
You already did, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean my next turn.
Ah, yeah.
And that is just 27 magical bludgeoning.
Okay. Let's see here. So you do take 9 more points of acid damage.
Mm-hmm.
And you have bloodied it. The acid beginning to pool and eat away at the ducting as well.
Excellent. I've acidied it. It doesn't roll off the tongue at all.
So it's now its turn. And it's going to attack you with its tail.
Mm. Miss.
2 claws.
Hitting a crit.
Alright, so that is a total of 75 slashing damage from the claws.
Alright. Is that it?
Yes.
Alright, and since it didn't run away... Oh, well, actually, since it's restrained, this time I am going to try
Oh,
to
it does
resist
get a
some
con
of
save at the end of its turn.
that. Let's see, what is that? Oh, against the restrained, yes.
So 1 success.
Right. The end of each of its turns.
Yep, so now it's your turn.
Right. Okay, I'm going to keep hitting it. And this
Alright.
time I don't need a reckless.
Indeed.
One hit, I think.
The 20 hits it.
And 1 dex save. And let's see, does restrained affect that?
Disadvantage.
Yeah, disadvantage.
Which it fails.
And this one is...
Acid.
that's the acid.
It's immune.
Okay, then I won't bother. Then that is 30 magical bludgeoning.
Yeah, as you just, completely crushed the remainder of its skull and part of its upper torso. The acid
Fantastic.
spritzing you for 3 acid damage.
Ah.
And you are out of initiative. Standing in this duct in front of you, the body is kind of pooling up with the acid, slowly eating through the ducting.
Mm. Okay, now before I do anything... well, he's already got the finger. Oh, wait. Actually, I might want some of this. Let me see
Hey,
here.
Stein would probably want you to keep a tail chunk.
He might want me to keep a tail chunk, but I might also want to keep parts of this. I don't
Oh,
suppose
like
we have...
The carapace skull for a shield?
Yeah. Or, well, I don't use a shield, but...
I know, but from the movie. The third one, I think they had that.
Let's see. As long as I've got a... About how long do I think it would take me to harvest the carapace from this body?
Well, do you have any tools that are acid resistant?
Hmm.
Because you're seeing it eat through, the ducting metal here.
Right, I suppose that is true.
So the answer is, if it wasn't acidic, it would probably take you, 20 minutes or so to pry all the chitin off this thing.
Hmm.
But
wait,
it will take you a
I
lot
do
less
have-
to fail because your tools would dissolve pretty quickly.
As it happens, I do have some tools which are acid-proof. I rip off one of its fingers. One with a nice big claw on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you rip it off. More acid kind of spurts on.
Yep.
Dealing 4 points of acid damage. You now have this very sharp claw in your hand.
Alright. Then I would like to go about removing as much chitin as I can from the body, and preferably like large pieces that I could fashion into clothing of some sort.
Okay. Give me, I'm going to say this is a survival check.
Okay. And I am proficient with leather workers tools, if that matters.
Sure. Are you proficient with nature or with survival normally?
I am.
Double your bonus then.
Excellent.
Okay. So yeah, you very quickly start getting to work. You pry off kind of like a chunk of the like lower torso that you think might work as like a breastplate.
Mm.
But then you would realize that you're almost out of time, and you're holding this, chitinous breastplate in your hand. What do you do?
Bag holding.
Okay, shove it in the bag of holding. As the time comes to an end, and Freeman opens the door,
Beep boop beep.
revealing
Okay.
how damaged was Stone Soup in that fight.
Pretty badly actually.
All right, yeah, because you wouldn't have any physical injuries, but you'd be bleeding out of your nose, your ears, you're weeping tears of blood from your eyes.
Yeah, from all the acid. Okay, well
Ifvan,
that might not have
touch
been
the man.
the wisest use of my time.
Yeah,
Let me
but you got
touch-
cool armor out of it.
Yeah.
I said, Ifvan, touch the man.
Okay. How about do you look?
I am bloodied.
Oh. Okay.
I stay bloodied
get
coming out of that, yeah.
Yeah, you're at your same hit points that you were at the end of the fight.
Right.
It's just that basically the way, instead of being physically hurt, it was like psychic damage, effectively. But because of the VR timey-wiminess, if you had resistance to it from your rage or whatever,
Yeah.
that still applies.
To the original damage, because
Because that's how you thought it was.
yes, but psychic damage. If it actually was psychic damage, I think I would have died
Possibly.
because I don't resist that.
That's what I'm saying, though, is because you believed it was physical, you resisted it.
I'll have to try that technique elsewhere.
Good luck.
Yeah, if I ever get like mind blasted by a mind flayer, I'll just have to pretend that it was a physical injury.
Oh, that was
he's- okay.
physical damage. It
He's
felt
not
like
using
it.
psychic damage to you. He's just punching your brain really hard
Mm-hmm.
with his invisible brain fist.
And the other thing you can do, Stone Soup, is chug all of the potions of healing when you go back in.
Oh yeah.
Because that's
Actually,
only.
that's what I should have done before I came out.
Oh, good point. Yeah,
But
that's
oh well.
yeah. But anyway, if I want, I don't know what you're at number-wise, Stone Soup, so it's up to you and Ipfan.
I'm at like roughly a third of my total, which is like 52.
I'll give you like.
Or no, that's not a
65
third.
episode here.
You'll give me how much?
65.
65. Okay.
That's kind of one-off for that. Because Ipfan can't keep doing it.
All right. Let me see.
Also, Underdark, real quick.
It's a
The
location,
spell scroll.
Ruffles.
It is a location.
It's a
Okay, I
location.
sent you a message, but you didn't respond, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I just noticed it and was reading over it. You're thinking of locate object.
Okay, yeah, okay. But is there a way we could twist it? I mean, he would still have to roll. Okay, so Underdark, I'm playing around with Find the Path. Is there a possibility with Stein, Gilbert, and myself looking over the what we know of the spell Find the Path? Is there some contextual advice that we could give Stone Soup if he was to try using it to increase his chances of coming across a gray key card? Like,
If you can come up with something, by all means, tell him. But
I'm
you
trying
don't
to
get a hint for
yeah, because I mean, we already know where, like, from our knowledge of the layout of the ship, your best chance is going to be going north because that's where a lot of the gray security areas were. But Gilbert's right. It's the locate object that I'm thinking of specifically.
like, Find the Path basically tells you how to get to a certain location that you're familiar with. So a location would be like this room or something like that.
Yeah,
it would not be a object. You
Yeah.
could use that to find an object. That's a different spell.
And with the simplicity of the layout of the ship, it's a bit moot for because he can do two lefts and a right pretty easily. Like the layout of the hallways of the ship, Find the Path doesn't really benefit you at all. Yeah, because I was like,
Yeah.
I was looking through my inventory. I was like, what other things could we send along with her?
Well,
But
before
that
I,
was the only
before I
one
go
that
back in
came
there, I
up.
want to try something.
Oh, absolutely. I love trying
Uh,
things.
Yeah. So, with all that carapace I gathered, do I think I could make that into clothing?
So yeah, you think that it's chitinous, and with that roll, you're pretty sure that you could probably boil it, which would remove the acid that's on it, so it's actually safe to wear,
Hmm.
and soften it up so that it's flexible like clothing. It'd be a bit
Right.
thicker than you're used to, but it would not quite be as thick as, say, padded armor would be.
Yeah, well, my goal with this is not to create armor necessarily. My goal is just to create something I can wear that will protect me from acid.
And with Lucina's ability to control water and Stein and myself's mind, could we, with what Soup's providing to us, could we make something happen along those lines?
Yeah, it would take some time.
I'm willing to put in that time.
We got time. Yep.
All right.
I get to control water.
Can that create
Yeah.
water out of nothing? Because you don't have a big pot of water right now.
Hmm. I don't have that prepared, so
hold
I
on,
can't.
hold on, Ruffles. Remember, I came prepared for exactly this specific situation.
Oh, you did? You prepped that? You son of a bitch.
I always have create or destroy water prepped with Lucina.
You gotta realize, I only have 3 spell slots to prepare, so I'm very
Oh,
picky with which ones I do prepare.
I am actually wasting a good prep slot by having that prepared, but I keep it prepared because it's thematically appropriate. So yes, I do have create destroy water, and I also have the shape water cantrip if needed.
All we need is a little bit of heat.
If
Which
you want, I can
I'm
try boiling it with
pretty
electricity.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can manage that. I have oil. Well, all we need is a vat to hold it. I have 6 flasks of oil, so it would just be a matter of creating a.
So what container are you using?
Let's see.
You guys are way overthinking
What
this.
what
You
are
don't
these
need to use the
crates
oil.
made out of? The crates in the storage room to the north. Are they metal or are they wood?
They're made out of metal.
Oh, perfect. Well, we have our
Ruffles,
cauldron then.
Pete says we're overthinking it.
Yeah, well, we just need to find some wood and burn it to
That's
make a
valid.
fire and boil the water in.
Except
Maybe
that
we
you haven't
could-
really found any wood much in here.
What
Most
about
of
the-
the material have been that strange leather-like material.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
not gonna burn
let's see
very
how well that
Plastic.
burns.
Not very well, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm assuming it takes quite a bit of heat. Well,
It's
okay,
mostly
it
going to
takes
give
quite a
off a
bit of
lot
heat
of
to burn plastic.
noxious fumes, but I don't think it'll.
That
it'll
is
be a
what I was
very
going
effective
for
fuel.
there. We wouldn't know that it doesn't burn, so if we tried, we're inhaling plastic smoke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're just gonna
Look, we
recreate
burn
the
the
station
plastic and
nightclub
pass
fire.
out after a half an hour.
Party dies.
The TPK from their own choices.
Hey, there was a
Well-
real TPK that happened because of that.
Burning plastic?
Yes. There was a nightclub in Rhode Island where the proprietors had been they had skimped on like their soundproofing that nightclubs like to have. So instead of buying actual soundproofing material that's fire rated, they bought like the cushions that come with like packing crates, and they just hung
Oh.
those up on the wall. And then when a fire started, they burned. They filled the whole club up with smoke, and a bunch of people died.
Well, let's just use oil because we know how oil burns.
Yeah, if that's the only
And
fuel
we haven't run
have,
across a
then-
lot of wood, so
Yeah.
thematically, we'd burn the oil.
Mm.
I have a question though. Does
Ask.
my sunblade not burn?
It's radiant. It doesn't actually produce heat.
Ironically.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a very bright sword.
That also means it works underwater without any disadvantages.
Wait, hold on. If radiation does necrotic, what does radiant?
Radiant.
Radiant.
It's holy.
Holy necrotic damage. necrotic damage from the gods.
If you go out into space and expose yourself to the sun, you take both necrotic and radiant damage.
You take
Pretty
either
much.
necrotic or radiant damage, depending on what you personally believe.
All right, so Stein and I will go pick out an empty crate, make a boil vat. Gilbert will create destroy water and then control water to get it into the vat.
I can just pour the water into the vat with the first casting of the spell, you know.
Yeah, but control water, you can make it bubble before it's bubbling. Totally worth wasting the first level spell slot.
What?
Is it second level? Or is it a cantrip? Wait. Am I mixing the two up?
You're thinking of shape water.
Oh, I'm thinking of shake.
I can make the water bubble with just the cantrip, technically. I'm not actually making it boil, but I can make, I suppose, bubbles spontaneously form.
I mean, does anybody have prestidigitation? I think we don't even need the oil.
I don't think prestidigitation lets you get up to that level of temperature.
It'll light a like small campfire, but that fire is not in and of itself permanently magical. You're just igniting something.
Hey, wait, I don't suppose the storm mage has like shocking grasp. Does
You offend me with that question.
So you do have shocking grasp.
Yes, I use it frequently.
Oh, well then why are we bothering with all this oil? Just grab the crate.
That's
and
what I
electrocute it.
said.
Yeah, okay, then do that. We'll just turn the crate into a big old resistor.
Okay, so if I've got you right, your plan is you have this metal crate. You're gonna fill it with water, stick the chitinous breastplate into the water, and then have Lucina shocking grasp the metal crate to boil the water.
Yes.
Okay.
I am the electric stove.
Mm-hmm.
Lucina is a clean burning fuel source.
Worst case, if it doesn't work, we have the oil as a fallback.
No, worst case is we don't properly insulate ourselves, and we get electrocuted.
All right. So is that what you guys are
There you
doing?
Shocking way to go out.
At least she's resistant.
Yep.
Okay.
I believe that is what we were doing.
So you cast your crate and destroy water. You fill the crate. You put the chitinous thing in there. And Lucina starts electrocuting the metal crate. An hour passes. 2. Based on what you saw, Stone Soup, you think it would take about 3 hours of boiling to get this thing pliable.
How you doing, Lucina?
And Lucina, I'm going to need at this point a con save from you.
Yeah, because I remember when I tried to do this... Or no, wait, was that an Undermountain?
Might have been
Well,
Underbound.
Yeah, I think that was Undermountain when I blasted
At least
open
it
a
fends
door
nearby.
with Eldritch Blast. Over like 20 minutes.
Hey, Ipfon, you nearby?
Of course.
Awesome.
He wandered off.
What's it, a +5, a +4?
+5.
All right, yeah. The first hour passes, Lucina. You feel fine. Go into the second hour, another con save. Still feeling good. You go through that third hour, another con save. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Critical success!
The chitin has completely boiled away now. But yeah, 3 hours of boiling it in water. As the water kind of cools down a bit, Stone Soup, as you kind of reach in and grab it, it's pliable, almost like a bit like a kind of a rough leather.
Mm-hmm.
But you think that you could probably throw some straps on this, and make like an undershirt out of it.
Perfect. Yeah, I start using my leatherworking skills to fashion it into clothing.
Yeah.
Are we going to repeat this process until we acquire great quantities of this and then form it into an actual piece of armor?
No,
Just go and fight the first boss and then keep
All right.
leaving.
I
Here's the
specifically don't
underlayer.
want armor.
Which we can use to harvest it more easily. Now we just take the chitinous plates and strap the plates onto the surface of the resistant
So,
padding.
congratulations, Stone Soup. You have fashioned, taking about another half hour or so with the leatherworker's tools, you have fashioned a xenomorph undershirt. While wearing this, you have resistance to acid damage.
Alright, let me put this here in my inventory.
Like a double resistance.
Well, no, because the resistance is only in rage. So now if I want to, like, run away, I'll still have resistance.
Oh, that's true. You just dash through the first fight.
Hmm.
Yeah, and also, like Stone Soup would have a crude map that Friedman's been drawing of this ship layout.
Yep.
So when you go in there, you'll have this as a reasonable reference until it takes acid damage.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll be sure to keep the map under my shirt so it doesn't burn. And having done all of that... Oh, and since that took 3 hours and I wasn't doing anything, I'd also like to have taken a short rest during that time.
Yeah, everyone but Lucina could have taken a short rest.
Yeah.
I was working.
I'll be honest, the Spire didn't do much damage to me. Much damage being 0.
Spider fucked me up.
But yeah, that would be the primary of the map that you'd be concerned about. Because you're
Yep.
coming out of that room to the northeast. Your targets will be the north or the central corridors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me put up a big version of this. There we go.
Then with defense land in hand, you should be at full health, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay, so let me see. Where do I want to be going to where we think the Grey Key card is?
I would assume north because based on the layout of those rooms, that seemed like to be a embassy sort of area.
Right.
So like ambassadors and stuff like that would be in that area. Also, the captain sweet talking and being chauvinistic.
Right, so near that north exit.
Yep. Yeah, those 3 red doors to your north. So you're gonna have a red key card when you go in there, obviously. Like we would give you that.
Yeah.
And then if you find nothing up there, then I would say go to the elevator and go due south and head for those other central corridor areas, those in that square in the middle. And how do you feel about more time? Do you want 5 minutes still, or do you want to go 10?
Yeah, give me 10.
10? All right.
Yeah. Okay, and with that, I think I will be going back in.
Okay.
Like, now I know that I can fight the xenomorphs, but they're still going to do a lot of damage to me, so rather than fighting them this time, I think I'm just going to make a break for it.
Okay. So, you sit down in the chair. Freeman has the pod close around you. The pod opens, the same figure in the silvery clothes get ripped away to the west. A scream of his death throes.
Okay. Now, where on this map is the room with the VR?
It's that big room to the northeast, near the edge of the circle.
Big room. Okay.
Yes, it is a 60 by 60 room with no elevator in it.
Yes. I'm going to leave through the exit to the northwest into that smaller room, then out into the hallway, following the hallway to where the 3 red doors are. That is my route.
Okay. So yeah, you hurry over there. As you get to that northwest door, you hear the sound, like the chittering sound of claws on metal above you in the ceiling.
Yep, I get moving.
The door opens. It reveals what appears to be a living quarters, garish posters adorning the walls in a language you cannot understand. You go to the door out to the west, opening to reveal a hallway. Closed doors to the north, one gray, one red, and the hallway leading off to the west visible. In front of the door to the south, just south of that T intersection, you can see what appears to be half a person. The top half, to be specific. Clutched in its hands are what appears to be a coach gun.
Yep, I'm going to grab that.
Okay.
And I'm not going to use it right now, so I will simply stuff it in the bag of holding.
Okay. You put it in the bag of holding.
Now, unfortunately, Stone Soup does not know what a firearm is, and so probably would not have the presence of mind to scavenge for ammunition.
Probably
so
not.
I will not do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep going on my route.
All right. Yeah, you close doors along this hallway. All of them marked black.
Ooh, actually, hold on. As I would continue on my way, a thought just occurred to me, which is that I should search that guy because he might have the key card I'm looking for.
Okay. So you turn
Or
around
something
and go
else
back to
useful.
him. You can see the upper half of his body.
Yep. Ah, well, I hope it's not in his pants. Does he have, any pockets on his shirt, or is he wearing a bag or something?
There is a breast pocket.
Okay.
He was not wearing a backpack.
Okay. Anything in the breast pocket?
There is, in fact, a key card.
Ah, what color?
Orange.
Well, I mean, I'll take it and put it in the bag of holding, but we don't really need that.
More is better.
Yeah, and then I'll continue on my way. Yeah, I mean, who knows? We might find ourselves in a situation where we need more than one key card for some reason.
Okay. Well, you follow the hallway to the north, passing by the 2 gray doors and getting to the 20-foot wide hall with the 3 red doors. To the west, you can see the 60 by 60 room and the elevator.
Okay.
Off in the distance, you think you hear screaming.
Yep. Now, these red doors are the area that we think is sort of the embassy, right? Or is that wrong?
Based on my description, yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to go into
It's a higher security area, but it's like a comfortable area.
Yep, so I'm going to go into the first red room, or through the first red door, to the right, to the east, I should say.
Okay. So, yeah, the doors... You have the red key card, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you key open the door. It slides open, revealing a wide, disheveled bed with a pair of small tables on either side of it. Another closed door marked in red is on the west wall.
Yep. Let's see, no bodies in here. I
No
don't
bodies in
imagine anybody would store a key card. So I will continue into the room to the west.
Okay. It opens, revealing a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long room. Racks of strangely tailored clothes fill this chamber. Several closed wardrobes are present along the walls.
Okay. Do these clothes all look clean, or are any of them dirty?
They look, not only do they look clean, they appear to be of exceptionally high quality, though of styles and cuts that you are completely unfamiliar with. But we're talking cloth that you have never seen outside of, someone like royalty wearing that quality of cloth.
I'm sure Stone Soup doesn't know what nylon is. Do these clothes have pockets?
You see that many of them have pockets. So many of them have several pockets.
Let's see. I'll spend 5 minutes going through the pockets on these clothing.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Yep.
Get you.
Oh well, I don't think I find anything.
You do not find anything. The pockets are all empty.
Alright. Well, the chances of somebody having left their key card there are not great. So I'm going to continue on further to the west.
Okay. All right. A large table made of glass is surrounded by 6 odd chairs occupying the center of this room.
Mm-hmm.
A smaller table with plump, rounded sacks the size of large chests sits closer to the southern door, and a bottle with 6 sinuously curved glasses atop a buffet near the larger table.
I'm gonna go for the sacks. What's in the sacks?
You cut them open, and small, soft, squishable pellets pour out.
Well, I'm boggled by all of this, so I'm gonna go check out the room to the north.
Okay. Cut open the damn beanbag chairs. A U-shaped table with small, boxy protrusions and a neat pile of paper, dominates this room. 3 chairs, one inside the U of the table, and 2 others outside facing it are also present. A tall set of shelves holds a variety of books bound in colorful, glossy materials. One of the chairs has been knocked over, as if someone ran out of it in great haste.
Alright, well, I'm trying to find that key card, so I don't think this is going to be it. I'm going to go out into the hallway and then into that room further to the west.
Okay.
The third red door.
Yep. Odd-looking chairs resembling the ends of ladles are arranged around an octagonal glass table at the center of this room. Comfortable divans and smaller tables rest near the walls, and the floor is covered with a rose-colored material, exceptionally soft underneath your foot.
Alright, well, this is the embassy, but there doesn't appear to be anybody here. How much time have I got after all this?
You've got maybe 30 seconds left.
Ah, okay. I wait for the timer to run out.
Okay. As the 30 seconds run down, right before you see the inside of the pod, you hear the grinding of metal, and the door to the south of this room starting to be wrenched open, a xenomorph visible on the other side. And then it all goes black, and the pod slides open, and you see Freeman standing on the gangplank.
Beep boop beep.
Alright. Well, I went to the embassy and I couldn't find anything. Maybe next...
then the central dais then.
Yeah. And this time I won't waste time looking through that clothing, so I think 10 minutes should still be good.
Alright. Stein, mister, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Do you have enhance ability on this character?
I don't know if we want to bother with that. If we really need somebody who's good at investigation, you should just send someone else in there.
Well, I'll be Steiner myself. But if he has an invincibility, at least it'll give you advantage.
Yeah, I suppose.
So like I said, you're the tankiest, so you can take the fights if you do end up in a fight.
The other thing
I just don't know
is...
if he has enhanced ability because I don't know how he has this build.
What? Yeah, I have it. I have found it. Yes, I have it.
All right. Do you want to burn a slot on Stone Suit before he goes in?
Yeah, sure.
Just so he has advantage on int?
I cast Fox Cunning on you.
Advantage on intelligence ability checks.
Yep. So, history, investigation, and religion.
Yep.
No, and arcana.
And nature.
Oh yeah, nature. Yep, I forgot about that one.
Let's see. Oh, what I'd also like to be doing is to, I guess just pay attention to where I'm hearing the movements of the chitinous creatures in the ceiling and in the hallway. Just to sort of think about where they are throughout the, this brief window of time that I'm reliving over and over. My sort of goal with this is to establish a safe route that somebody else could feasibly take to avoid running into them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because
that's assuming
the
they're
time
not
scale's the same.
Yeah, the time scale is the same, but that's assuming they're not like listening to you and following you. So I don't know how useful that's going to be.
Well, everybody has a reasonable sense of what a minute is.
Right.
So if you have a good idea of where something is from 1 minute to the next, you can somewhat have a better chance of holding position and then moving.
Yeah, but my concern is
It's
that
not a
maybe
guarantee.
they're following me or trying to cut me off or something because they know where I am, and if I go a different way, their movements are going to be different.
That's true. Yeah, we haven't established that pattern.
Yeah, although, I mean, using out-of-game knowledge, I'm almost sure that that's what they're doing. But
Yeah,
my character wouldn't.
That would. Yeah, that would make sense from the video game perspective as well.
Yeah.
So I would say your next goal would probably be go south door of the room. Either due south into the elevator and then west and around to the other side. Like this is I'll repaste it in chat just so it's easier. So south door of the room, past all the orange and yellow doors, to the elevator, due west, and then south around that, and that'll bring you into the general concourse of the center. Because if you go up through that, because I don't have all of the doors marked just because of lack of attention or lack of presence. But with a red key card, you should be able to get just about everywhere except for those 2 gray doors in the center.
Yeah.
So if you go south and then west, south and then west, and then north in that first doorway, you might run into somebody with a higher security clearance.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out the south exit from the big room, follow that hallway all the way to like where the mushrooms are. And
Oh,
then
take
just,
the okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
because that puts me closer to the entrance that we've explored.
Yep. So you'd go south and then due west out of that doorway all the way across the 20-foot.
Yeah.
All right. So 10 minutes again.
Yep. Another 10.
All right. Burning through all my candles.
Gotta get an hourglass.
Okay. So you're going in again?
Yep. I'm going in again.
All right. The pod closes, and the same opening scene with the dying man replays itself.
Mm-hmm. And then I follow the route that I just described.
Okay.
Leaving via the south exit, heading west to where the mushrooms are, then south, then west, and then south to that first red door.
Okay. So you step out of that door, you start heading to the west. You hear the chittering of something in the ceiling above you, passing overhead and going off to the distant to the south of you as you go to the west.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the 20-foot wide cross intersection with the 10-foot wide corridor. Around that time, you would hear a scream off in the distance before being abruptly cut off.
Can I tell which way that is?
Make a perception check.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah, well.
No, it appears to come from all around you.
These real little ones right now.
Terrible echoes in here.
Yeah. Metal floor, metal ceiling, metal walls.
Yeah.
All right, so then you run to the south, passing by the yellow door, turning to the south and running. You can see the red door is ajar.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I head through there.
You head through there. What's your passive perception as you start going towards it?
My passive is only 12.
Okay. So you round the corner and you see several of those bots, the constructs that you'd been fighting before, they go wee woo.
Mm.
You arrive just in time to see one of a pair of xenomorphs bite the head off one. And then they turn to face you. And you should roll initiative.
Yep.
Well, looks like you're going in the middle of them.
Mm. Something you should never do when fighting 2 opponents.
Yeah. Well, one is actually going to attempt to if they're 10 feet away, it's going to whip its tail out at you and attempt to grapple you.
Ooh. Let me see here.
All right, yeah, you fend off its tail. The other, let's see, that's one attack. It will then close into melee and attempt to claw you.
Hmm.
16s.
Those both hit.
Okay. Dealing a total of 56 slashing damage.
I've got to step away for a moment, guys.
And it's now your turn, Stone Soup. It is in melee with you, just on the inside of this door.
Only the one.
Oh, the other one hasn't gone yet, so it's still in the room.
Okay.
Deeper in.
Yep. Then I'm going to make 2 attacks against it
Okay. Well, roll to hit.
after raging.
Okay.
Don't you enter range at Inish with the advantage shit?
No, I have to be surprised in order to do that.
Oh.
I can't do that if I'm ready. That also means I took full damage from those attacks, which is not good.
So you'd prefer to roll vigilant.
Yeah, but that's not how that works. Alright. We're just going to do that.
The 20 hits.
And that's what their AC is. Okay.
Yes.
1 deck save.
That fails.
That is, I think, cold?
Lightning,
Lightning.
which they take full.
Shocking.
Shocking. Alright, that is a combination of 34 magical bludgeoning and lightning.
Which bloodies it.
Ooh, wonderful.
Spraying acid. Dealing 7 points of acid damage. Fortunately, you resist that.
Yes. Yes, I do.
All right. Anything else?
Let me see here. No, that'll be it.
Okay. Well, the other one's going to run up next to it and is going to attempt to attack you with its tail first.
Okay. And I did not reckless this time.
Indeed.
Does hit, however.
Okay. The tail spikes into you for 14 points of piercing damage.
Hmm.
It then closes and begins clawing at you next to its brethren.
Right.
I'm guessing the 8 misses,
Yeah, the 8 misses. The 22 hits.
dealing 42 points of slashing damage.
Alright.
And that's it for that one.
Yep. And I'm going to use my reaction to reduce that. Let's see, how much is it? Is... That is pitiful.
Unfortunate.
Alright, let's see, then that becomes 38, 15, 19, okay. I'm gonna attack the same one as before.
Okay. The bloodied one. Roll to hit.
Bloodied one. Actually, they're both in melee with me now.
Yes.
We'll go for the bloodied one. And this time I am going to rage.
Do you mean reckless? I thought you already did
Or,
rage.
yes, reckless. And actually, since these guys are so evasive... Let's see, is it worth it? I think it might be worth it. Yeah.
Well, those will both hit.
Alright. And if I had oh, well, it doesn't matter now. 2 deck saves. which
Passed both.
passes on both. That is 5 and 6.
So it's cold, which they take in full, and then it's restrained.
And then it's not restrained because it passed.
You're right, not restrained. Sorry.
Yes, so that is just cold.
Yeah.
That is 40 magical bludgeoning and cold damage.
All right. Yeah. As you crush it with your 2 blows, you take 6 points of acid damage, and it's dead.
All right.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, that guy gets to go. And he's going to hit you with the trifecta. First the tail. Oh, sorry. He's supposed to have advantage too, but he crit anyway.
Not that it matters.
So that is 24 points of piercing from the tail. And then 2 claw attacks.
Yep.
Does a 16 hit you?
16 hits.
Okay. Dealing a total of 60 slashing.
Okay. And this one is completely uninjured.
Yes.
All right. Now, let's see. With that, things are not looking so good for me because they got that big alpha strike on me that I didn't resist. Then, let's see. Well, first I have to attack it regardless, so I'm going to do that.
Okay. Well, roll to hit.
Like so, and I think that's 2 hits, so 2 dex saves.
It is 2 hits.
That is cold.
Both are
2
cold, but
passes.
it will end up having both.
Combination of 38 cold and magical bludgeoning.
And it is now bloodied from your 2 hits.
Yep. Unfortunately for me...
Acid splashes for 17 points of acid damage total.
Oh shit, I forgot about the acid. I am unconscious.
Okay. Well, it then goes and it finishes you off.
Yep.
Killing you. The remainder of your 10 minutes, I think you said? Yep, pass. Freeman, the pod slides open, and you see... Is it within a minute, right?
Let me go read the effect. It's down here somewhere.
6 seconds over a course of a minute. So, yeah. So your maximum hit points are permanently reduced by 3d6.
Yep.
And so the pod opens, Freeman, and you see Stone Soup sitting there in the chair, sleeping.
Well, I'll give her a good slap.
Well, he's actually like stably unconscious. As you realize
I'll
as you
still
slap
give her a
him.
good slap anyway.
Yeah, you slap him. Nothing happens.
Should I roll a d4?
Yes. Unless someone's going to heal you.
Oh yeah, I'll throw a potion of healing down the throat.
All right, roll it.
I'm back.
Actually, no, I don't have to. I can do lay on hands. I don't have to waste potion of healing. I have
Yeah.
I have cleric abilities because I'm a cleric rogue.
Lay on hands is paladin.
I'm sorry, cure wounds. Yeah, wrong one. Yeah, cure wounds level spell.
Okay. Well, go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
3. That should have been +1, not equals 12.
I got you. Okay.
3.
Yep. So Stone Soup, you wake up with 3 hit points in that easy chair, the open pod around you, and a level of exhaustion.
Okay. Well, after that, I mean, I can go back in, but I'm going to need a long rest and a greater restoration first.
I thought it
Yeah.
was remove curse.
Oh,
Greater
yeah, I think
restoration.
it is. Yeah,
No,
it's
remove
greater
curse. Yeah,
restoration.
it's remove. Is it?
No, because I think remove curse would be trying to remove the thing itself. Greater restoration is what I need to get rid of the health malice, I believe.
It's one of the two, and Ifan has both.
Yeah.
I don't have greater.
Oh,
Then it's remove
then
curse.
it's remove curse.
All right. So somebody else's turn.
Yep. Oh, and I of course relate my findings. So it could be in there, but there's also 2 xenomorphs in there. So
Yeah.
know.
So a different approach angle.
anyway, here's a gun.
Ooh, gun.
Wait, you took a gun?
Yeah, I took a gun. I took a coach gun.
Oh shit.
Which,
Yeah.
from
Okay.
Stein's experience, is loud, has a lot of recoil, and hurts a lot to whoever you hit.
Hey, how long are the barrels relative to the stock?
Not that long. This is actually a cutoff.
That's what I was asking.
Oh, sawed off double barrel.
Yes.
You do music.
Yes.
All I can think of, so I just watched it last weekend. All I can think of is The Rock going, "I need a bigger gun." Going and break into the secure armor area to get this stupid like energy weapon.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, as long as we're just sitting around here, I'm
The
gonna begin.
BFG where they translated to something that wasn't big fucking gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So if somebody pops the door, I'll run in.
Yeah. I'm gonna start taking a short rest, but that's what I found.
Okay. Yeah. Based off his information, I think I'm gonna go south and then west, relying on stealth.
The
Also, I
problem is
will
if you
be
want to
putting.
go into those rooms, they're still gonna be there, and I don't think stealth is gonna protect you from that.
Yeah, but you went into the western doorway. I'm gonna come from the south. They're separate rooms.
Yeah.
Like of this central corridor area. If you come in from that, it didn't.
That sounds like a good idea. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, if you come in from that southern door, you can get to the 2 double gray doors and the single red door from the inside without encountering that front desk area where you just ran into 2 xenomorphs.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I take the potions of healing, the climbing. Mister, do you want to burn another spell slot on investigation for me?
Here, tell you what, Freeman. Why don't you take my potions of healing?
Sure, I
that
can
way
burn
you'll have
another
10.
spell slot.
You how many do you have?
I have 4. You have 6. I'm gonna give you all of the ones that I have, including the 6 you gave me. So you will have 10.
Yep. 10 total. Okay.
10 total.
Yeah, I haven't changed my inventory since we're assuming we're not
I
going to use
didn't
them
change it
outside
either.
of the VR. Yeah.
I'm just keeping a mental tally.
Yep. So we have 10 total. Is there anything we can do to stack my? I mean, I have 100 health, so I'm not bad off for 1 or 2 hits, but multiple of those hits will definitely take me down.
If somebody had pass without trace, that would be really useful right now. But I don't think anybody
That's true.
does.
I don't have it. I am very low level spellcaster of nothingness.
Oh well.
But I do have 2 spell slots of Cure Wounds, so I can also do that to get myself some health. Because if I remember correctly, this is just going off of meta out of game memory. When Stein went in there, he used spell slots and they were back, correct?
No.
No, spell slots were a consumed resource.
Yes.
Okay. Yep, I didn't remember exactly. I knew it was one or the other. So spell slots are a consumed resource, so spell slots are consistent. Okay.
As is your health.
Mhm.
It's your equipment
health
that
spell
gets
slots.
reset.
Yep, and equipments don't persist. It's the bag of holding that does persist. Okay. All right. Stein, do you want to enhance ability my int?
Sure can.
All right. That way I have a better investigation. I mean, I have a +5, but advantage is always better. And then let's go with 10 minutes again. And I'm receiving a phone call, so get amongst your... It might be work related.
Okay, somebody else gonna go instead?
Nah, I'll pass on going into the Chamber of Doom.
Which chamber are we going in? The one with the How far did Pete get?
About as far as you did.
Did he kill him?
He killed one, bloodied the other, and then died.
He didn't find anything useful.
Not on that run. The first run is the one where he got the coach gun.
All right, what was he trying to get anyway? What are we trying to go back in there for now?
The gray key card, right? Or did we already get that? I might have not been paying attention for half of it.
Did we find the key card?
No, he did
I
not
remember
get the key card.
he found an orange one, but not the gray one.
I would go in, but I know Ruffles is really looking forward to going in, so I'm gonna let him be the one to go back in there this time. So I guess we just gotta wait.
Huh?
Why is it quiet?
Because Ruffles got a phone call right before he was about to start.
Ah.
As I said, unless somebody else wants to go in the pod.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay.
All right. So with all of my potions, gizmos, and gadgets, I sit down.
All right. And who's going to close you in?
I'll do it.
All right. The pod closes. The opening scene, as I have described many times now, plays out before you, Freeman.
Yep. And from Stein and Stone Suit's experience, I'll wait it out a little bit and then start heading south
All right.
towards the elevator and then head west from there.
Okay. So you go through the southern door, down the 20-foot wide hallway. This hall on your right is orange doors, on the left yellow. After taking about a couple of steps, you're about 10 feet down, you see a group of people, down emerging from the westward 20-foot wide hall into the elevator room, running right across it and into the elevator. Several of them you saw wore what were obviously helmets and were carrying what looked to be almost like clubs, but they were holding them oddly. With two hands and, one hand very close to the front of it.
Were they moving with a militaristic intent? Did they look like they
Very
were
much
fleeing,
so.
or they were hunting something? Yeah, okay. So they were like a hit squad kind.
Make an insight check.
All right.
They were moving very quickly and with a very distinct purpose. There were four of them, and they seemed to have been surrounding a central figure, which was not wearing a helmet. His graying hair, he's a human, kind of belies like a certain air of command to him.
Oh, okay. So, with all of the knowledge that we've obtained from this ship, that would look like a security escort on somebody of higher power.
You found the bug hunters.
I found the captain. I dash after them and try to get their attention.
Okay. Well, like I said, that's after you step about 20 feet in there. They're like 80 feet away from you. They completely ignore you as you dash towards them. Yeah, I'm telling you, like as you're dashed towards them, trying to get their attention, they pass through that arch into the elevator. They completely ignore you.
All right. When I get to the elevator, which way? I can see them like the tail end of their group.
Yes. So in this elevator, when you look down there, you can see on the left and the right, the 3-foot spaced rungs of the ladder moving. One set heading up, one set heading down, like on a conveyor belt. You can see 10 feet below you a closed, like a sphincter, like an iris door that's closed. And you can just see the backs of the one of the security guards passing through a door to the west, just beneath you.
So they went down one floor.
And have now passed out of sight, yes.
All right. I move as quickly as I can and follow them.
Okay. So what are you doing to do that? Like you're just jumping down there?
Do the elevator, the lift rungs or whatever you want to call them, they're moving at a consistent pace, correct?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
it would
I'll
be a
wait
short
for the-
hop to get to one of them.
Yeah, I'll wait for the one that's moving down, and when it's in reasonable grasping range, I'll jump up and grab onto it and move down to that door and do the same in reverse.
Okay. So you you see the rung and you hop out as if to try to grab and intercept it. And I need a dexterity saving throw, as you don't arc normally. You just keep going in a straight line as soon as you leap towards it, as if there's no gravity inside the tube.
0G.
So that's how the elevators work.
Yep, there's 0G.
So now you need to make a dex save to scramble because you're going to miss the rung. You're going to overshoot it a bit.
Well, shit.
As you face plant into the wall, kind of sitting there for a moment before the next run kind of comes down, kind of smacks you in the top of the head, and you're able to grab it and start going down. Feeling a little silly, but no worse the wear.
But now with an understanding of the lack of momentum-based environment, or gravity-based environment, like, it wouldn't be too hard to,
You have
grasp
seen
that.
similar magics before when people have like used like the levitate spell, for instance.
But I could comparably understand that if I just launch myself towards the door in a straight line, not with an arc,
Correct.
I'd get there.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll do that on the second floor down
Yeah.
to
Well,
try following that party.
yeah, because it takes you down the 10 feet. Your feet would just land on the irised door, the rung continuing down through a small little gap that you would be turned to jelly to get through. And there's a door there, closed with a brown marker on the door frame.
All right, I key it with red.
Okay. You key it with red. It opens to a... let me grab the description of that real quick. That's right, you haven't been here before.
Explored.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Part of the ship we haven't explored. We
That's
have not
right.
left the first floor.
As the metal floor is large and wide and large areas of what appear to be machinery, many of it seemingly damaged, as you hear loud bangs, the sound of people screaming, and the screeching of something insectoid.
All right. Do I see the party that I was following?
You do not, but you hear the screaming, the shouting, and the banging, all coming to like around, like there's stuff in the way that's blocking lines of sight, but you can see that you can hear it's coming from the west.
All right. I start heading towards that.
Okay. So you head around some of the blocking walls, and it's a wider open area, but they're still blocking walls. And you enter a more centralized area with large pieces of machinery. Some of them clanking away, some of them hissing. Numerous small cylinders, metal plates, meshes, protrusions, and other adornments cover the various objects here. Narrow aisles pass between these obstructions, but they wind and twist and their ends cannot be seen. And you can see the group of 5, now a group of 2. Only 2 of the people with their little clubs, they appear to have snapped in half and appear to be fumbling with small brass objects near the ends of them. The 3 other people are dead, the blood and entrails coating the ground. And you can also see on top of the machinery, right in front of them, appearing 2 xenomorphs. And you should roll initiative.
And these clubs that they've got, are they different from the coach gun that I found?
No, well, actually they are a little bit different. They're over-unders, but...
Oh. That should be a 7, so 17. I very much fat-fingered that.
So I'm
Right.
actually going to write out this initiative because otherwise I'm going to lose track of it.
There's a few things going on.
In this fight, yes. The other fights are simple enough.
Yep. You xenomorph. Now there's more people. Oh, and I also do have 2 of the thermal detonators that Stein and I investigated with a reasonable understanding of how they blow up, but not 100%.
Okay. Well, the second xenomorph is going to throw its tail out at one of the security guys. And misses. So he leaps down and tries to claw at him in melee. It's a miss. And then a tearing slash. As the man is all... Actually, he's still alive. Shit. He looks to be near death, but they have 20 hit points, and he survived.
You weren't expecting the good guys to survive the xenomorphs.
Honestly, no, not with the way I'd been rolling against Stone Soup.
40-10, yeah. All right. So based on Stein's explanation of the coach gun, if I because I would have put that in my inventory, I wouldn't have kept that in the bag of holding.
Okay.
So if I pull that out, and from what Stein told me, there's 2 triggers. You pull both, just like a crossbow. But
Yeah.
crossbow only has 1. And it gives off a cone area, kind of, from what Stein told me, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So is there a position that I can get that I can angle that to only catch one or both of the xenomorphs and neither of the security force?
So the easy one is the one that didn't leap down. It's still on top of the machinery.
Okay.
That's the easy one. You'd have to basically walk up in a melee between the 2 security guys to get the second Xeno, the one that jumped down, because it's between the 2 of them.
As brazen I might be, I don't have the health to do that. So I'll take on the guy up top. Solo.
Okay. Yeah. And you're pulling both triggers?
Correct.
Okay. It's a cone effect. It's a dex save on its part,
Oh, okay.
which it failed. So you fired both, so that is 8d10.
Guessing I can't sneak attack.
Did you... No, you can't sneak attack with this.
It's not a finesse weapon.
It is not a finesse weapon. You're not actually proficient with it either.
All right. All right. So 56 to man up top, or
Yeah.
xenomorph up top.
Which blasts a good chunk of it, as it appears to be near death. The acid kind of spraying on the machinery and the walls. You can hear the pop and the hiss, clouds of steam beginning to form behind it. Some of the pellets missed. Anything else?
All right. How far am I from the security force guys?
You are 10 feet.
Okay. Well,
Sorry,
then
no, 20
I
feet.
will...
My bad.
Okay.
10
Well,
foot
it's still
squares.
close enough. I will. I'll move up 10 feet. Get one of the healthier one's attention, not the one that's near death, and
Okay.
point out the xenomorph on the structure, and be like, "Hey, that guy's almost dead. Get him," and give him advantage.
Okay.
Bonus action help.
He says something in an unintelligible language
We
and
didn't think that
cannot
one
benefit from your help action as a result, because he cannot understand you.
through. Yeah, worth a shot.
Worth a shot, yes. As he finishes fiddling with the club and takes aim at the one you pointed out. Blowing it to bits. And then he swings and pulls the second trigger, aiming at the other one.
Who also sucks.
Which wounds it, spraying acid on both of the security dudes. The other security dudes begin screaming, falling to the ground, his flesh melting off his bones. He got a big old whiff of that and is now dead. The other one grimaces in obvious pain. SF1 is dead. Xeno 2. I meant that to be Xeno 2. Whatever. The one up top is dead. And then that
They're
one's
both
going to
Xeno
turn.
2?
Yeah, I marked both of them Xeno 2. But the other Xeno 2 is dead, so now we go to the first Xeno 2.
Uh-oh.
There's 4
And-
of them.
And it's going to well, it's going to use its claw first on this guy. Yeah. Slashing him for 26, killing him. As his tail whips out at you. Does a 14 hit Freeman? Alright, and then it steps forward and uses its other claw. It is now in direct melee with you. 25?
I'll let it hit.
Hitting you for 41 slashing damage.
Yeah, I'll uncanny dodge that. Pretty sure I'm gonna uncanny dodge every single one of these. That'd just be 20.
You know, you can hear the sizzling of the acid on the floor, on the machinery. The air is becoming thick and humid.
All right. Well, boy's in melee with me, so I'll pull out my necrotic dagger and stab him.
Okay, roll to hit.
Um,
He's
I don't have anything else.
Go ahead.
I don't have anything else to do, so I'm gonna aim at his ass.
All right. That will hit him.
There's so much to remember. D4 plus 3d12. 5d6. Okay. Oh, and then plus 7 on top of that. So 46.
Plus 7 on top of that? All right.
Yep.
So, yeah, you just barely managed to slay him with that. Him spraying acid all over you.
I should have taken Stone Soup's armor.
Taking 7 acid damage.
All right.
As it dies. And you are now out of initiative. All
Okay.
6 creatures in the immediate area are dead. The acid slowly eating its way through the floor.
I'm going to go over to the security officer that died and didn't get a shot off. And what does his weapon look like? Is it similar to the one that I'm holding? Like, you said it was an over-under versus a pump, or a double barrel, right?
Yeah, it's very similar.
Okay, so I'm going to just drop the used one and pick up his, so I have his weapon now.
Okay.
And then I am going to tap into my perception and hope I can find obviously the captain that's not with these 2 individuals that are dead. Because I seen 4 plus the captain, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm looking for 2 plus 1 somewhere.
Well,
And
they're right there.
nearby-
Like they got,
They are.
yeah, they came down as a group and got ambushed, and the only 2 of them were alive by the time you got to them.
Oh, so the captain's dead in this area as well. Like the person that was being escorted is dead.
Yes.
All right, I search his body.
Okay, make an investigation check. All right, so you find really 2 things of interest. In his breast pocket, a red key card. And on a exterior looking pocket, like a holster on his belt, you find a shorter almost cylindrical looking item with a kind of a grip that's a little more vertical than you would be used to from a crowbar. And the not obvious part of the grip, the actual round part, seems to end in a cone-shaped red stone, much like a jewel, with a slightly silvery end.
All right, well that's a Stein question, so I'm just going to chuck the somewhat pistol-looking thing in the bag of holding.
Okay.
And then the red key card, I'll just stick to my other red key card. Okay. And do I hear or see anything that is an immediate threat in the area?
The air is now thick with steam, and no, you do not hear anything over the machinery and see through the steam.
Okay. I'm gonna head back up. So I'm gonna
Okay.
go back to the elevator, head back
Yeah.
up to the first floor.
All right. You just kind of float across, grab one of the rungs heading up, ride it up, and step out into the 60 by 60 room on the first floor.
All right. What do I see in here?
A 60 by 60 room with 20-foot wide hallways going to the north, south, and west. Closed doors.
All right. I head west.
All right. You head west along the 20-foot wide hall. Off in the distance, you think you hear more screaming. As you get to the T intersection, with 20-foot wide hallways going north and south and a yellow door opposite you, you think you hear what sounds like claws tapping on metal above you in the ceiling, like it's moving across above you.
Can I make a discernible direction?
It appeared
Like
to be
from.
heading from south to north.
Okay. Oh well, I want to head south, so that's perfect. I ignore the claws and head south.
Okay. You head south. You come to a corner. To the west, you can see two closed doors on the central box, neither of which have color coding. Seven closed doors to the north or to the south, colored in black.
All right. I head to that first unmarked door.
Okay.
As I approach, does it open?
It does.
And there's a xenomorph on the other side.
And you hear a soft, calm voice speaking an unrecognizable language seeming to come from nowhere in this room. You can see, however, that this calm voice is an utter juxtaposition to the massacre that appears to have taken inside. There are over a dozen dead bodies on cots, their entrails splattering the walls, the floor almost sticky with the viscera.
All right. Besides the voice on the PA, do I hear anything else?
Make a perception check. No, you do not.
All right. I'll search all of these bodies real quick, see if there's anything of interest or value on them.
They appear to be in like stripped down versions of the clothing you saw the security guys wearing before, and have no other items on them other than shredded clothing.
Okay. All right, then I will start heading for. Got my map up here. That door to the north that goes into
Okay.
the.
Yeah, you
hallway
go
with the
around
two
the
gray
corner,
doors.
your feet leaving footprints on the floor, as you see the single closed door with a gray marker on it.
Oh, that door's gray.
Yes,
How the hell did we get through it then?
you didn't.
Then why do I have map for this?
Because they went through the other door.
Oh, red. Okay. I don't have a red marker on that. I would have put those two and two together. Okay. I'll try a red card on the gray. See what happens.
You tap the red card. You hear a sound chime from the door, and it does not move.
Like a dun dun dun.
Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like.
Okay. All right, I'll go west and then head out that southern door that's unmarked.
Okay.
And now I'm going to start being slow and stealthy.
All right. So you are being stealthy. What do you do?
I'm going to start heading for that door to my north that's red.
Okay. As you approach the open door, with your passive perception, you can tell that actually it's not supposed to be open. It looks like something tore through it. You can also hear what sounds like sparking. You would have heard that before with Lucina, like someone weakly casting Shocking Grasp.
All right.
And as you approach the edge of the door to look inside, I'm presuming, yes, that's what you're doing.
Yep, peek the door.
I need you to make a stealth check then.
Thank God I'm a rogue.
Yep. As you quickly look inside and see an absolutely eviscerated set of constructs. Claw marks not only visible on them, but on the floor, the walls, and the ceilings. No xenomorphs are present, however.
All right. Is there any so from the beginning of the scenario, there is like a ventilation shaft or something that the xenomorph goes into from the start.
Yes.
Like it's something that I'd be, from Stein's experience, Soup's experience, and my experience, the xenomorphs like the ventilation shafts. So is there any ventilation shafts that I can see in this room where they might have went into?
No.
Okay. All right. I enter the room then.
Okay. Yep, there's a closed red door to the south and a closed orange one to the north.
All right. I go through that door on the south.
All right. Revealing a, what room is that? That's that one. Revealing a chair, a desk and a chair. The chair resembling the end of a ladle. Glass-faced boxes containing what look to be, some of them containing what look to be flickering images of snow or mist. However, some of them you can see look to be projecting images of various parts of this floor that you've seen before. And on one of them, you can see one of those black chitinous monsters stalking the halls somewhere in this level.
Oh, security office. Okay.
Yeah, like you can see one of them is like of that big cafeteria. And it looks like an absolute massacre occurred there. The tables have been stacked up against the doors and then pushed away violently. Blood trails run through the room. There is, however, a dead xenomorph in there. Looks like they got one of them.
So from, my lore experience, this looks like some sort of weird scrying method.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What is the door to my east marked with? I believe it'd be red.
That is red.
Okay. All right. Beep, boop, beep.
Yep, it opens up to a corridor. Cold air wafts out to greet you. And this is a surprisingly clean and untouched looking corridor. To the north are two doors, the closer one being gray, the northernmost one being red, and two doors to your south, both in gray.
And then the southmost door being gray as well.
Yes, both southern doors are gray.
Oh, right. 2 and 2. Okay. I will go to the northmost red door and open it.
Okay.
What's my gut instinct for time right now?
You've been in here probably about 7-8 minutes.
Okay.
He set up a candle for us to track before
Yeah.
we went in there, yeah? Yeah.
Yep, that's why. Okay, so I was rolling with Stein and I was rolling 2d6 KH1 and then adding that to whatever our timestamp was. Without myself there, I was rolling 2d10 KH1, so it's 109 rounds of interior time.
Yeah.
You guys won't have as good of a guess without, my mind and Stein's mind gauging the calendar.
Eh.
But yeah, so northernmost red door.
Okay. Yeah, it slides open, revealing a hall of neatly stacked crates and barrels.
Right. So this area is very clean of viscera, claw marks, and everything like that. This
Yes.
hallway that I'm in this room and all that. So, okay, genre's having a separate air system, separate ventilation. The xenomorphs haven't been able to get into this area without a door access or ripping through the door itself, and they found more interesting things to kill. So I think I'm gonna go give a wackety tack on one of the gray doors, and if I get nothing, then I'll go on the other one and try giving it a wacky tack. Knocking.
Okay. So, you go up to that first gray door. You knock on it. And that same voice that you heard in the room to the south appears to come issuing from the door, like the gray marker on the door, saying something unintelligible.
With Mastermind and Observant, can I make out, like, contextually how the voice sounds, or is it very monotone?
It's very monotone.
Okay.
With no emotional inflection whatsoever.
Yeah, that's why I was specifying what I can tell with. Okay. All right, I'll try the southernmost door and see if I get the same.
You do not. You bang on it. There is no response.
Curious. All right. I guess I'll go sweep that northernmost room. Somebody wants to roll investigation. 2d20 KH1 +5. Just sweep that northernmost red door room real quick, and then wait the timeout.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think I gotta go to bed.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Good night, Pete. Did somebody roll for me?
You need to roll.
1 second.
Why do you want someone to roll for you?
I'm not at my computer.
Oh,
I have wireless headset. I'm 40 feet away from my computer right now. Damn, Pete going to bed early.
yeah.
Well, shit.
You don't find anything. The walls and the floor and the ceiling appear to be seamless.
Well, no, you said it was full of crates and stuff, so that's what I was primarily focused.
Ah! You were going through the crates. I misunderstood what you were checking.
Yeah, that northernmost red door that I opened, it was a bunch of useless junk at the time. I'm looking for people right now.
Okay.
But since my time is dwindling down, I'm like, well, I might as well check this stuff out real quick.
Yeah, as you look through them, they appear to be mostly the those silvery packets containing potato flakes. Though obviously
Yeah, we
looking
got
much
them.
newer.
We got enough of them. Yep, then
And then your
I'll
time
just-
runs out.
Yep, I'll just stay behind this red door, and whoever's manning the outside will open it up, and pod time.
The pod opens.
All right. Honestly, Stein, I think you need to go in there with comp language. Mister?
Sorry, what?
Well, I have a new thing for us to check out.
Oh,
Put in the
Lord.
bag of holding. And then I think you should go in there with comp language so you can actually understand what they're saying. Because I can't. Like, they're speaking, I hear words, but it is not a language I comprehend or understand. But I do have a new toy to play with, so let's check this. I'm going to call it Pistol for now until we know more about it.
All right.
So, open the bag of holding, pull out the blaster. And before I left, I would have put the over-under that I grabbed in the bag of holding, just to clarify.
Sure. So yeah, you pull it out. It is, a lot like a kind of a bulbous cylinder, it's obviously a grip and a trigger on the back. From your experience with crossbows, you would tell it's a little more vertically the stock than you would be used to, but still very obvious. The front narrowing to what looks to be a cone-shaped red stone, similar to like a jewel, but polished, and a slightly silvery tip.
Stein, do you want to dig into it further? Mister.
Say again.
The thing that Underdark just described.
What was that? I missed it, I said. Damn it.
Well, there's a bulbous, body with an obvious grip and a trigger on the back. And at the other end, away from the grip and the trigger, it comes to a cone-shaped point with like a red stone there, the very tip of which is silvery.
Okay. Now, does it have a triggering mechanism and everything from like a crossbow and stuff? So I know
It's similar, except it's more vertical instead of
Yeah.
being like a rifle stock.
So this is some sort of fire projectile launcher.
Similar to this.
Okay. I am going to take it and point it. Oh shit.
I was thinking more like this.
Yeah, me too. But I can tell which is the barrel side and which is not the barrel side, right?
Well, similar to crossbows, there's a natural way to hold it where, where activating the trigger, you presumably wouldn't want to hit yourself with this.
Okay, yeah.
So where you hold it is probably the back.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold it and I'm gonna point it. Where are we at? In the what room? Are
That
we
60 by 60 VR room, so if you point it to the west, you won't hit anything.
in? Okay, I'm gonna point it to the west and I'm gonna squeeze the trigger.
Okay. An iridescent red beam of light shoots out from it, striking the wall and putting a rather large scorch mark. And as the light kind of clears from your eyes, you can see that there's a divot in the wall from where it hit.
Okay, now we haven't been able to make a scratch in this wall, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Magical laser gun.
Yeah, it's basically a laser gun. Yeah, I'm gonna give it back to.
Well, you're going in next.
Okay.
You got to run comp languages because I can't make heads or tails of what they're saying, and if you can at least understand them, you might be able to navigate to where there possibly might be somebody of authority with a gray key card.
All right. Okay.
Because when I went in, as soon as I went in, I went south. When I came out of that south doorway, I seen a party of 5 going for the elevator, and they went down a floor and they got eviscerated. The person, so there's 4 security officers and 1 higher individual. When I searched them, the higher individual had a red key card, so he wasn't the captain.
So I need to go a different direction.
Well, if you're lucky, you might be able to get them before they get to the Xenomorph fight. And I know comp language doesn't allow you to speak back, but you'd at least be able to understand what they're saying. If you could, that's the thing, is like you would have to move and haul ass to beat them to the elevator.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now,
But if you can stop them before the Xenomorph fight, you might be able to interact with them, which would give you enough to figure out where the captain is.
You said that everything that's on our body now is what goes into the projectile, right?
Yes.
So if I buff myself right now, will the buff continue into the...
Yeah, you did that with enhance ability on me.
Okay. Then I'm
And
going
that
to
did
cast... I'm going to talk to Freeman and find out exactly which way I'm going to catch to where those people were. How long do you think that'll take?
Seconds. It was as soon as I got out of the
Strider.
pod, I wasn't moving quickly, but once I seen them, I started moving quickly. So if your goal is to get to them before they get to the elevator and you're, focused on it and you do long strider and comp language, you should be able to get to them before they descend the elevator, which is where I failed.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, be right back.
Okay.
And yeah, so he'll have the 10 potions of healing, the 2 thermal detonators, and then the potion of climbing if he needs it.
And you're casting comp languages before you go in?
And then I think he's also doing long strider. He just said BRB though, so.
All right, I'm back. Okay, now so I'm gonna cast Longstrider on myself,
And
Okay.
comp language.
and then the ritual comp language. What is that? Longstriders. And the ritual is comp language.
All right. So you're going to lose 10 minutes of Long Strider as you do the ritual.
Yeah, Longstrider is an hour anyway.
Yeah.
Or I could do it the opposite way. Let me see. So what is how long is comp languages last?
An hour.
Hour.
Does that really matter either way?
Yeah, since you're only going in for 10 minutes.
All right. So and then I get in the pod.
Okay. You get in the pod, the door closes, and then immediately opens, replaying that same scene with the guy's death throes.
And I'm already moving by the time he opens the door. I'm already heading the direction that Freeman gave me towards the people.
Ah, something different. Okay. So you leap out of the pod as soon as it opens, kind of startling the guy. And with comprehend language, it says, he said, all right, let's go. And he starts following you towards the southern door.
All right, good. So I'm moving.
There is no damage to the ceiling of this room currently.
Fuck. Okay. I know what that
Nickname's
means.
all ass.
Yeah, we're hauling ass.
Yep. So you're hauling ass. You're outpacing him. And you hear him kind of saying, wait, as you run through the door to the south, him trailing behind, but still within sight. You start running down that 20-foot wide hall. You see a group of 5 people, 4 of whom appear to be armed and armored, escorting a central figure into the elevator shaft. What is your actual movement speed? Because this matters now.
With Longstrider activated, it is 65 feet. No, wait, I'm sorry, 55 feet.
But you're dashing, so.
Okay. So yeah, they jump into that elevator shaft. As you run over to there, as you get to the corridor, the guy is way behind you at this point. He isn't able to keep up. You can see the group at the bottom, the one in the front keying open the door. They look up as you kind of poke your head in there, and the guy in the center yells out at you, "We need to kill the queen to end this." And then they run through the open door.
Didn't they get in the elevator, you mean?
They were already at the bottom when you got there.
Oh, okay.
It's not really an elevator. We're using elevator as a terminology. It's an open
Oh, okay,
shaft
okay,
with
okay.
with moving
Okay,
handrails
well, then
that you
I
grab
follow
onto.
that group. I follow that group.
Okay, presumably Freeman explained how these work, and so you're able just to, leap in and grab one of the moving handles, which hauls you down to the closed sphincter. The door's still open as you see the group of 4 charging off ahead of you towards the center, towards the due west of the area.
Where's the? I'm gonna look at the guy at that the one that
He's
looks like
behind
he's in charge. Where is the queen at? Which floor is the queen located on?
And as they're kind of taking up like positions as if they're about to go around a corner to start clearing stuff, he yells back and says, "You need to pull it together. I don't know what the fuck you're jabbering on about, but the queen's at the center of this floor, and we need to kill her."
All right. What about the little ones? How many of the little ones have you seen?
You'd know from my experience that they encounter 2 and all die.
Well, yeah, but they haven't seen them yet.
And then they go
because
charging around the corner.
I've done saved everybody so far, but so we know there's 2, and I've beaten 2. So
As you hear the bangs of their shotguns going off and the screeching of the xenomorphs.
I asked him. I said, "I need."
Stein.
They already ran forward. They left you
Oh.
behind.
First thing to take into account, Stein, is you're running comprehend language, not speak language.
Oh.
You can understand them, but anything you say has no merit to them.
Oh, I got you.
That's why when Underdark's like, he said he doesn't understand you and said we need to kill the queen. She's at the center of the floor.
Okay. All right. Okay. Gotcha.
And then they started moving, so you're behind as it is.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start following them, I guess.
All right, yeah. As you run forward, you can see
I'm gonna show him
a pair of
right after-
xenomorphs standing on top of the machinery, engaging them in combat. Roll initiative.
How many?
There are 2 of them standing on top of the machinery. You can see that there are currently, let me see how many of the security guys are still living. 3 of them are still living this time.
Lucky.
Yeah, I rolled a 2 for you. Sorry. Oh, did the guy survive? That's the question. The central guy. Did he survive? No, he's dead.
Yeah, that sucks. No, another red key card for the collection. If Stein survives.
Well, I mean,
I don't think it's going to go too well for that last guy there. But at least 2 of the so that's actually a big change. 2 of them go before the xenomorphs. That's a lot of a lot of damage.
Okay. All right. So, the first one's going to take aim and fire at the closer xenomorph. The xenomorph fails and eats the whole thing. And is wounded. Acid spraying out at him. He then fires a second barrel. Which the xenomorph dodges. Let's see. Second guy is going to take aim and shoot the same. That only dodges for half. As the first guy is now bloodied from all the acid raining on him. And the second guy pulls the trigger, the second trigger. And is completely dodged. Stein, what do you do?
how close are the 2 xenomorphs together?
There is a 10-foot gap between the 2 of them. One is basically like right in front of this group and is in melee with the first with SF1.
Oh, okay.
The other guy was up and to the right a bit. They were shooting at the one right in front of them.
Good. But you
So-
said there's 10 feet between them.
Yes.
So, if I centered a fireball on the farther one, would the closer one get caught in the blast radius?
Everyone would get caught in the blast. It's a 20-foot radius.
Oh.
You have to detonate it behind them.
Okay, I can do that too.
Okay. So yeah, you can detonate it so that it would only catch the 2 xenomorphs.
Yeah.
Hang on. So 2 xenomorphs and this guy, who is now entering initiative.
If
All
that
right.
was their
So it looks
save-
like 1 xenomorph passed at 25. The other 2 failed.
Okay. It's 66, right? Fireball? No, 68. I can't remember. Let me look. Hang on.
Thought it was 86.
Maybe I may be wrong. It may be 86.
It's 86.
It's 86.
Okay. Yeah, it's 86. Okay.
Useless wizard. Talk about perfect average.
All right, so the one that they were blasting with their shotguns is now bloodied. The one that was on the machinery off to the right is also injured.
And as a bonus
And
action,
you hear a loud, sharp screaming sound coming from in the way in the back behind them. It's an insectoid screaming sound.
guess it was the third one. I'm going to bonus action, draw my rapier, inner blade song, and now I'm done.
Okay. Well, let's see. That closer Xeno is going to start taking out the security guys that are right in front of him. So he's going to use his tail. That will actually hit that guy. He dead. He then rushes forward right to the second guy. Cuts him in half. And keeps moving through them to the third guy. And just cuts him straight down. All three security guys are now dead. It will then with his bloody body move up into melee with you, Stein. As he does so, the second one leaps from the top of the machinery, kind of onto the ceiling, crawls over, and strikes out with its tail at you. Does a 10 hit you?
No.
All right, as it will then leap down, leaving you only a single avenue of escape, and it will attack you with its claws. As it misses.
Horribly.
Horribly indeed. As you see a large insectoid figure emerging through the steam of your fireball and the damaged machinery off in the back. Looking different in form, much larger than the xenomorphs in front of you. See, these are medium-sized xenomorphs. This guy's huge.
Oh, fuck, not those things again.
All right.
Let's see. It is still, however, 40 feet away from you. And therefore can't do anything. So it's going to take the dash action, just kind of run up, and it's going to be now 15 feet away from you, right behind the xenomorph right in front of you.
Okay.
SF3 is dead. 1 and 2 are dead. Your turn.
I'm going to ignite my dark saber.
Yep.
At 1 level higher. Let me see. Let me look. Actually, at 2 levels higher. So, and
level 3 and level 4 are the same.
yeah, but I get extra damage.
No, level 3 and level 4 are only 1 more D. It's not per spell level, it's per every other spell level.
Oh, okay. Then I'm only going.
Yeah, you have to go up to level 5 for it to actually be 5d8.
All right, then I'm only going to cast it at 3rd then.
Yep. That's one of the few spells I actually know off the top of my head, because that's one of the few that I actually use.
And I guess I'm going to strike the bloody one in front of me.
Okay, roll to hit. The 26 will hit.
Just the 26? The 19 didn't hit?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Wait, is this dim light?
Yes.
Oh, well, then add a D8. Let me add a D8 to that.
Go ahead. I thought it was only hits 1d8. So it adds 7.
Right, 7.
You keep your old roll.
All right.
All right, which is enough to cut him down. His body spraying acid on you for 10
Now-
points of acid
now-
damage.
My blade doesn't cut. It's psychic damage.
That's a good point. I forgot about that. Yes, so it just collapses like a puppet with its strings cut. Anything else in your turn?
Yeah. I am going to action surge and hit the one beside me.
All right, the injured one beside you. Roll to hit. The 27 hits.
You should be rolling an advantage in dim light. That's what that spell is.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Well, we'll count that as just your first attack. So a 27. Roll your one attack at left at advantage. Also a hit. Both hits. All right, yeah, as you cut that one down as well.
I am going to since only thing left is the queen, I'm gonna start backpedaling a little bit.
Okay, how far do you back up?
I got 65 feet of movement, so is the other guy still here?
All 5 friendlies are dead. He did not
Oh,
follow
okay.
you into the down when he heard they were going after the queen.
Oh, okay.
He is not someone with a gun. He isn't following you into combat.
One of
I'm
the
going-
3 security forces didn't fire his weapon, so
All right, I
keep
got
that in mind.
60 feet of movement, 65 feet of movement, so I'm gonna move back as far as I can.
Okay, that would actually get you in line of sight of the elevator. Now the elevator before had this like soft light kind of glowing inside that was coming out of it. You do not see that light anymore. It looks like someone turned it off.
Crap. Okay.
Probably that guy that you left behind to prevent the queen from coming up after you.
Probably, yeah. And that's it.
All right. Well, this thing, let's see, it was like so it was 70 it was 15 feet away from you. You moved back 60. It moves forward. It is then 35 feet away from you. And it is going to take the dash action and move right up into close melee with you. Sorry, no, 10 feet away. It stays 10 feet away from you. It saw what you did with that sword. It doesn't want any of that. It's just going to chase you out. Your turn.
I am going to call down the heavens.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
I need a con save from it.
Yeah, as you nuke it from orbit.
I was gonna say, you present Xenomorph Queen, I present Nuke.
Does a 16 pass?
It does not.
And yeah, aliens invaded.
What type of damage does that do?
It is radiant damage.
Indeed. So as the light clears, you can see that it looks like it took large chunks of it off, more than you would expect. And it is now bloodied.
It's also blind. And I don't think I'm gonna move. I think I'm gonna grin evilly at this and think, some pieces of the big one will be really good right now. And I think Stein's gonna start heading towards this thing since it's blind and can't see him.
Okay, so you walk right up to it. Anything else?
No, that's it. I don't Oh, he's only 10 feet away from me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, on its turn, it heard you walk. It heard you walk up, so it's going to still try and attack you. So it's got 2 claws and a bite. So first we'll do the claws. Does a 14 hit you?
No.
Does a
Neither
25?
does a 25.
Excellent. It then tries to bite you. Nope, it misses. Your turn.
All right. I'm going to start cutting into chunks of this thing out.
Roll to hit. Oh, wait, it gets a con save at the end of its turn. Well, it can see now. Those will both hit.
$54 points of psychic damage.
Okay. As you start slicing into this thing, it looks worse and worse. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I think I'm out of actions.
Well, it is going to look down at you with its now, restored visage, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Crap.
You resist the
Nice.
mental effect it projects, and it simply resorts to its claws again. I don't think either of those will hit you.
I do not believe so. No.
So it goes for a bite.
That will not either.
Then it's your turn.
Time to slice and dice.
Only one hit, right?
Only one hit, the 27.
$17 points of psychic damage.
All right, yeah, this thing is starting to look pretty rough. You think it might be near death. As it once again pushes out with its... Oh, did you done with your turn, right?
Let me see. Hang on. I'm going to see what I can do as a bonus action.
Annoy the fuck out of it with Misty Step.
I could Misty Step away.
Downright piss the fucking Xenomorph Queen off. Blink, gone.
But no, what I'm gonna do is yeah, I'm gonna. There's only a couple of things I can do as a bonus action, so I think I'm just not gonna do anything. I can Misty Step away. That doesn't do me any good. No, I'm not gonna do any. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay. Well, is that it?
Oh wait, no, I can't. Yeah, no, yes, I can. It's not a concentration. Okay.
It's not, yeah, it's not concentration. Okay. Is that it for your turn?
That's it.
All right. Well, on its turn, it will once again reach out with its mind as an attack at you, so it's got to make a wisdom save first. Does that pass?
It does not.
Well, that attack fails. It then goes for its claws. Here are its 2 wisdom saves. What's the DC?
The 20 passes.
All right.
And the 17 does as well because they're both my saving throw is 17.
Okay, so both claw attacks are permissible.
So both claws you can attack with, but they still didn't hit.
They still miss, so it then attempts to bite you. And it cannot, as it fails its wisdom save. It is now your turn.
I'm gonna try to hit it again. I guess.
Roll to hit. The 24 hits.
21 points of psychic damage.
It is looking to be on the very edge of death. You think it's got single digits in HP left.
Then let's see. Shit. That's all I can do. I'm not even gonna sanctuary this time. That's all I can do.
All right. Well, it's going to reach out with its mind at you then if you're not going to be sanctuaried. And you need to make a wisdom save. You just barely passed. Well, it's coming in with its claws. And the bite. None of which hit you. Your turn. Those
It's time
both
to
hit.
kill me a queen.
Pretty sure it's dead. If it's in single digits, your modifier is +6.
$44 points of psychic damage.
Okay. You slay the queen. And as the body collapses to the ground, the scene fades away as you hear a very jovial musical number play. And then you find yourself in the pod as it opens, revealing the visage of Freeman and the smell of smoke.
Smell smoke. What's
The
going on?
pod is now inoperable.
The pod is now
However,
done.
the pod is now broken. It melted dealing with that last fight. However, Stein, you realize that it burned out because you can feel a sort of mental oomph it gave you. And you have an extra ASI to play with. So you can use that for a feat or +2 to stats.
Nice.
Oh, neat. So, okay.
Awesome. So we were never
Well,
gonna get the key
if-
out of there.
Well, it was a possibility, but you beat the scenario, so it doesn't matter. But if that stands true, then the other 3 scenarios are possible to have win conditions for the same result.
Or potentially greater results. For example,
Well,
going
especially
up that
the
Astral
space dragon.
Dreadnought. Yeah, the Astral Dreadnought's a very different encounter.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think the space dragon's just gonna give off one single AS.
Yeah. The Astral Dreadnought is basically the whale in Moby Dick, and you're some extra who gets eaten.
All right.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, baby. I finished this
Nice.
rare level.
Well, the nice thing is you came out of that with a shotgun and a ray gun, so I mean, you did fire one shot from the ray gun outside of the environment, but we can assume until you pull the trigger and it don't work, it should work.
Oh yeah, when we get back out of here, the good doctor may disassemble that and see what he can figure out.
Ah, yes. Nothing like the medieval science looking at space age technology and going, ah, yes, that's how it works.
I mean, Stein is above average intelligence, you know.
Intelligence does not equal results.
I'm thinking we might just want to force a gray door.
I mean, that's where we're gonna get into one of them.
Is it?
Well, do we want to sweep the rest of this floor?
I think we should
'Cause, I
keep
mean, we're at-
sweeping.
Yeah, I was like, we're at like 70% explored right now. So if we sweep the last 30% and we do not come across a gray card, then we force a. Which, okay, so based on Stein's and my experiences, we know the full floor directly below this one is large, open, and full of machinery.
Yeah,
So
at least it was in the pod.
Yep.
So the captains and everybody has to be. This has to be the central
floor where
area.
everything happens.
Yeah.
Like I said, from like just genre savviness and stretching thought process, this floor is where everything that we're going to find is going to be found. All of the other floors are just going to be interesting to look at, but they won't have much weight to them in terms of exploration. So yeah, let's start sweeping, I guess. We'll let's go out the west door, go south, go through that little room that we haven't explored yet.
All right.
So which door are you going to?
Out the west door of the 60 by 60. And
Okay.
then south there is one doorway that we haven't actually gone into. It's an open door.
Yes. All right. Yeah, you look inside and you see a decrepit-looking storage room. Crates and barrels, shattered and bent and dented all over the ground.
Stein and I'll give her a quick sweep.
Give me an investigation check. All right. You do not find anything of interest.
All right. Well, we can either head due west because we have some unexplored areas in that area, or we can go to the east and start opening doors that we haven't opened.
Let's do the eastern.
All right. So then we'll start heading for that 20-foot wide hallway that is north of the eastern elevator. That's orange and yellow doors.
All right. Yeah, you can head over there.
Let's open our first orange door.
So that one, the first one on the right, to the top, to the northwest.
Correct.
Okay. So you open that as you see what appears to be a tall, cylindrical metal construct moving through this ransacked room. It drops the crate that it looked like it had picked up and points at you with a pair of sinuous steel tentacles ending in claws and says something in an undecipherable language.
Well, good thing enough time hasn't passed that Stein still has comp language up.
Oh, that's great. Let me check something real quick on Copland.
That really sounded like he had forgotten that happened.
I had forgotten that you had comprehend
You
language.
did. That's why I said it that way. By the way, we
It's-
have annoying wizards in our party.
No, that's fine. I just forgotten you'd cast it. That's all. Because you were going through this whole thing without it. All right. It says halt and identify.
Does Stein relay that to the party?
Yeah, read it out loud what it says.
I presented a red key card and do not say anything. I just hold the red key card up in front of like my face towards it.
As it stops moving, and it says awaiting orders.
Okay, awaiting orders. What do we want to tell it?
Do you want me to pantomime some shit?
Okay, Under. I am a linguist. I have the feat linguist. And
Okay.
since I've been comprehending languages, studying this language, is it possible for me to know how to say one or two commands to this robot?
I would say you'd have to make a flat intelligence check, and we'll see.
Just a flat check, no
Yep.
bonuses?
No bonuses.
Well, good thing you're a smart boy. Well, I mean,
You-
intelligence check. You'd still
You
have
would
your
think you
modifier.
might be able to put together a word or two. If it's something related to what you've like read and looked at and heard before. Like you wouldn't be able to come up with vocabulary you haven't really heard of before and like heard in this language before. So what do you say?
Is there a way to get location, like open command door? Or the gray doors are the ones we can't open, right?
Correct.
Fuck. What should I tell it?
It's kind of on you. You're the only one that has linguist and comp languages, so
I know. I'm thinking about what I should say. I don't exactly know how to what. I mean, I could tell it to stand down or power down or something like that, but or I could tell it to assist us. Yeah, I'm gonna tell it to assist us.
So you're basically just saying the word assist.
Follow. I'm gonna tell it to follow us. Follow.
Okay. Yeah, you can probably manage that with a 14. The command follow. But when you say that, the bot stands still and simply repeats itself, awaiting orders. And you notice that it's looking at Freeman holding that red card.
all right. With Mastermind and Observant, can I repeat the word that Stein just said?
Yes.
Yeah, I give the semblance of follow and aid, whatever Stein just said.
Yeah. And Stein, you hear it reply as it starts wheeling forward in a sudden burst of motion. It says, following. As it wheels right up to Freeman, like inches away from you, Freeman, and comes to a stop.
Well, it looks like you got a traveling companion.
I got a buddy.
It's got wheels.
That's one way to
so
get a
maybe
steel
you can
defender.
drive it.
That's
It's
one way
got
to get a steel
wheels on it,
defender.
so it could be a little tank.
I mean, it's
You're a
tall
dwarf,
and
aren't you?
cylindrical. Yeah, but it's tall and cylindrical. There's not exactly a booster seat on
You
it.
could build you a seat on it.
Well, I think we should take the advantage of comp languages, and you should try communicating with it to see if you can get more words out of the language to start building a lexicon.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So obviously it's going to be very robotic with its replies, so there's going to be a lot of repeating yourself, like, trying to teach a dog how to talk. But I
True.
think with time, I mean, how much... So he was in there for less than 10 minutes. So we got, like 45 minutes or so of comp language you'd be able to play around with this thing. All right, let's sweep the room real quick then, and then we'll move to the next door.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check. As you begin sweeping the room, helping Dr. Stein, Freeman, you notice that it took that order rather literally, as it is literally nipping at your heels, mere inches behind you the entire time.
I am bemused. I like it.
But you
It's
It's
find
gonna be
nothing
really
else of
awkward if we
interest.
go to town, though.
So I'm telling you, we could get together and build you a seat on it. Mount you a crossbow on top. I'm telling you.
All right, next orange door then. I'm intentionally avoiding the yellow doors based on the information that we have. We know yellow is medical, and Stein has read the word infection and plague more than once. So we will not be opening any yellow doors.
Okay. Well, you open the next orange door. The construct following right behind you, uncomfortably close almost, as it reveals
Goddamn, another yak.
This one's silent though; it's just following you.
I guess that's a benefit.
As it reveals a rather barren, though somewhat large and decrepit-looking set of living quarters.
All right, I'll just open the next orange door and sweep the two of them together.
The next one is a slightly more well-appointed set of decrepit living quarters.
All
Go ahead
right.
and make an investigation check.
Mister.
What? Another imp check?
Another investigation, yes.
You find nothing of interest.
All right. Well, I guess we'll keep going south, popping orange doors as we go.
All right.
So we'll do those next three unless something interesting. Just one by one.
Yeah. All right. So you go to the next one, which opens up to a small atrium leading to a small set of living quarters. As you go around the corner in a small storage room.
Is it locked?
Now that you guys have been in those pods and you see this elevator here, you do notice that while you see the rungs moving the same as in the pods that you saw, there's no light coming out of this elevator shaft, like you saw in the sim.
Mm-hmm.
When we came through here earlier, was there light coming from it?
Not this one, no.
No? Okay, not this one. Okay.
But you didn't have anything to compare it to.
Other than the first elevator at the time. This is the
Correct.
second elevator we discovered.
Yes, both of those elevators are dark.
Okay.
So we know there's an elevator shaft behind here.
Well, we've known that the whole time.
Yeah. We want to get down to the next level.
No, we want to finish exploring this level.
Okay.
Like from your experience and my experience in the sim, we know the lower levels just have machinery and stuff on them.
Yeah. Well,
So,
they did in the
like-
simulation.
Yeah, so it's not as important to get down there. Whereas this floor has a lot of smaller, more intricate rooms. Where our goal is to try finding a gray keycard. That'll get us to the highest security areas. So this floor has the highest probability of yielding that result. But if we have no luck on this floor, then we'll go to the lower floors. Just updating my map, sorry. Oh, that's a slight scaling issue I'll have to fix later. God damn it. Okay. Atrium room, this room. All right, so we got 2 more orange doors to the south. Let's hit the first one, the one that's in the elevator room. And then as we go towards that 20-foot wide hallway going to the south, let's slow up a bit and pay attention because there might be a angry robot down there.
So I'm sorry, which one are you going to?
On the southwest orange door in the elevator room. Not proceeding down the southern 20-foot wide.
Ah, okay. That opens to reveal another storage room.
All right. And then down that 20-foot hall, I'd like to pay some attention down there because we left an angry robot in that general vicinity. There's some wee-woos coming from that direction?
There are not. And at the end of this 20-foot wide hall, standing in the open doorway there, you can see a slumped the metal construct, the wee woo bot, slumped over and unmoving.
I guess it's been 2 days. He ran out of battery. Nobody responded to the problem, so he just ran out of juice going wee woo, didn't he?
No comment.
Wee woo.
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
Wee woo. Thunk.
All right. In this entire time, I'd like to, while Stein has comp language up, and the robot's with us, obviously, eating at my heels. I'd like to start somewhat building a lexicon of simple commands that we know what the word is, and with Stein's comp language, we can ascertain the lexicon ability to say that word. So, like things that you would want to command a dog, those kind of commands.
Let me put it this way:
stay.
you give me a word, a command, and then Stein needs to make an int check to see if you can decipher that word.
Okay. Those 4 words.
Okay. Well, Stein, you need to make 4 intelligence checks then if you're trying to get those 4 words.
And Stein, they're intelligence checks, so you add your intelligence modifier. You rolled a flat d20 last time.
Okay. So you are able to figure out the words for come and assess.
Okay.
Hey.
So you know follow, come, and assess at the moment.
Yeah, attack's going to be one that we might spend some extra time on. We should try that one again.
You cannot.
Ah, damn it. How
Let
about
me try it
defend?
again.
No, you can't. Defend. Another word. Defend.
Okay.
You could attempt defend.
Exterminate!
I think that would
If
still
we can
fall
get
under
him to say
attack.
that, dude, I am all in. Damn.
You
I
do
didn't
not.
learn
You
defend.
do not know the word defend.
Another word I can think of, return. Knowing come is a lot right there, because we can tell any robot to follow or come, like, come with. So yeah, return.
Okay, so you have
Keep
return.
writing these down,
I hope you are, because I'm not.
Freeman, because
Yeah,
I'm not right.
Yeah, we have follow. Well, I mean, lexiconically, follow and come are kind of the same, right? Like that would be essentially the same command.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Follow means you want it to follow you. Come is move to my position, which means it won't follow
Good
you
point.
if you then leave afterwards.
Okay, I guess that would work for hold position. Yeah, let me type these up real quick. All right, so we have.
You remember, think like a construct. So, come, like it isn't to come over here. It will do that, and then wait for the next order.
All right, and then the last one we got was defend. That's 15.
No, 15 was not defend. 15 was return.
Oh,
9
return.
was defend.
So that's what we have right now.
Yes.
We know assess as well.
Yep.
And assess. Yes.
I have that typed up. Okay, we have 4 words right now. All right. Well, let's go to our deactivated robot, and I will give the command assess.
It does not respond.
These aren't thinking robots.
Oh, sorry. Wait, are you giving that command to the robot following you or to the dead robot?
The robot following me. I'm telling the robot that's following me to assess the robot that's unconscious.
Oh, see, I thought you meant you were talking to the unconscious.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought you meant too. So I'm like, yeah,
yes, assess your unconsciousness, please. Yep, still unconscious.
All right. It with combat lineage. So running, you hear it say, Stein. Security unit requires charging.
All right. Stein, try saying charge or charging. As I'm getting a better grasp, can I start helping him or not really?
No.
Okay.
You're not a linguist.
Mister, are you there?
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
No. What am I looking for? Which word am I trying to figure out?
It just said, so when I told it to assess, it responded to us and said the security unit requires charging. So if you can get the word charging as a or charge, like the non-tensile version of charge. That's what we're trying for right now. Because I'm going to tell it to return charge. See if it'll bring the other security bot back to a charging station.
You do actually have to roll a die.
Nice try. Critical success.
You do not know the word charge.
All right. Trying to think of another word that we could use for
Can I learn the word restore?
You
aid,
can try.
restore. Aid and restore, they're separate words.
They are separate words. Which one are you trying?
I know both.
I need you to tell me before you roll, or it doesn't count. Which word?
Oh. I'm gonna roll. Yeah, I'm gonna roll for aid and restore, and I'm gonna roll them in that order.
Are you sure, Freeman, that's the aid you want?
That's not the right aid we want. We want the one without the E.
Okay.
No. Yeah, that
Jesus.
I did that on purpose. Shut up.
fucking weirdos.
All right, roll for aid then. All right, you do not know aid. You do know restore.
I mean, that's still good.
All right. I guess I'll present the key card and put return and restore together to see how it responds.
All right, so you say the word return, and it starts to turn around to face north. And then you say the word restore, and it turns to face you and says, unable. Would you like me to summon a maintenance device?
Oh, we need yes and no.
Yes.
We need yes and no. I
I'm gonna
think
work
those would
on
be
that.
much easier. I like obviously not no advantage or anything like, but I think the DCs will be lower on like just yes and no.
Well, roll for yes. You know yes.
All right. Once Stein figures out yes, I'll say yes to it.
I hope they fail no. That way they don't.
You fail
know
no.
We can never tell the robots
no.
All right. So when you repeat the word for yes, it tells you and says, summoning maintenance construct.
If someone's a boss, we got a monster we gotta fight. That's so cool. If it like respawns them every time we ask for one, that'd be cool. That'd be ultimate experience.
Well, I mean, we just go in the bot room and we'll get lots of experience or die. But no, we've established if you present it to a red, like we've okay, so we have a lexicon of 6 words. Follow, come, assess, return, restore, yes. And we have more than one red key card, so we can run these bots. Like,
Yeah, we can have everybody know it and everybody carrying a card, and we'll have our own little security drones.
but it's advantageous and disadvantageous. All right. Next word, Stein. We're kind of running out of time here. Move.
Move. Bitch, get out the way. Get out. Do not know move. Can I give myself guidance on these?
Yes, they are an ability check.
Shit, I wish I'd have known that sooner.
How about like protect?
What?
Protect.
Sex?
If you want to run them.
They're...
Protect.
What?
Is my mic broken?
He's saying, what about the word protect?
Protect.
Oh, protect. Oh, okay.
The fuck were you hearing?
Sex?
What?
Yeah. All right.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Do not use that word.
Roll for protect.
Solicit the security bot for sex.
You do not know the word protect.
I mean, even with a D4, I fucking up. What the hell?
You know, Mister, just ask. Just try to determine the word sex.
pretty sure the security
I know
droid is
what
going
I'm
to
gonna
come back
do.
with
I
a
know what I'm gonna
does
do
not
when I go to
compute.
work on this lexicon.
No. That's where it pulls out the baton.
I need to enhance ability first, and then guidance.
That would
and then
probably help.
when I start working out the language. Next downtime we're gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. And we have
All
the one
words
following
about
me now.
failed, I'm gonna
so.
learn before I'm done.
All right. But yeah, we are, like I said, we're running out of time on your comp language, so. But we do have a reasonable lexicon for commanding these bots.
I only have 6 words. Yep.
Although you can always just recast comp language.
Yeah, the next time I recast.
I mean, even right now, when your comp language runs out, you can always just recast it. Because we burnt up like half the day with the making anti-acid armor for Pete's character, for Soup.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good 4 hours right there.
And at this point, you've probably burned another hour in The Sims and then an hour doing this.
So could we rest? Can
In
I
2
learn the word
hours.
rest?
Yeah, not quite. Like we should continue exploring. All right. Underdark at the corner, the northern door of the corner. What
Yep.
color is that?
That is an orange door.
All right. Beep boop beep.
All right. It is a set of living quarters.
Boring. Beyond the deactivated robot, is that room still glowing?
Not the first room, but the second room is, yes.
The door that I blew open.
Yes.
Okay. Well, can I bypass? Like, is there enough? Like, is the robot sitting in the doorway?
Yes.
Or is it sitting just out of the doorway?
I mean, there's enough space you could probably squeeze by, just kind of pushing it aside.
Okay. Yeah, I'll squeeze past and
Okay.
take a look-ski in the glowing room.
You told the robot to follow, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, it just plows right through the deactivated security construct, just kind of plowing it aside as it follows right behind you. The doorway is now clear.
Perfect.
Yeah, and you can see the glowing room beyond the damaged doors.
All right. I will go up to that door and then repeat the command. And Stein would still be within hearing range outside even. I'll repeat the command assess.
Okay. Stein, you hear it respond. Dangerous area. Recommendation. Leave.
I ignore it and walk in.
Okay.
Just into the doorway, not all the way in the room. Just.
Sure. Yeah, and you can see the it appears to be a set of living quarters, except in the corner a small crate, which is open, and a green glow is seeming to pulse from the contents of it, which, from where you can tell, look to be several rods of glowing green stuff.
So this is the chief engineer's room because that's where you store the radioactive material. At least if it's anything like our subs. All right, and based on our previous experience with the glowing green, I won't get too close to them because we know that's no fun. All right. Yeah, I'll back out of that area.
Okay.
And then let the party know, like, hey, you remember that stuff that kept making us sick? There's more of it in there.
Also, Freeman, I need you to make a con save.
Yeah, I figured. Poison.
Yes.
Did I get back in Ifan's range before I needed to make the save?
No.
Uh,
It was just you and your construct. Okay.
All right. Let's keep popping doors. On the door to the west of this area, with our disgruntled robot on the ground and my buddy following.
Yep, it's a black door.
Beep boop beep.
It appears to be an empty room.
All right. Next one next to it.
A decrepit living quarters.
All right. And then the hallway to the south closest to us, going to the room that we've already been in.
Which is a black door.
And the other two doors inside that room are also black.
Yes.
All right. Pop them open then.
All right, you pop them open. The first one to the east opens up to a large sitting area and like bedroom. The contents are a bit scattered looking, but while decrepit and old, they do appear to have survived a bit better. The other door to the south opens to what looks to be a small closet with a desk and a chair.
Okay. The sitting room is a lot larger than I thought it was. Okay. Well, I guess let's just keep going down this hall. So, south and then west.
Okay. That's an orange door.
Well, I happen to have a red keycard. Beep boop
Okay.
beep.
Which opens to reveal a room with strange tables and an unusual chair occupy a portion of this room. Box-like devices rest atop the tables, while glass-faced containers filled with crackling snow or mist hang along the wall. A number of constructs, similar to the Wee Woo bot, are sitting in the room, unmoving.
Do they respond to the door opening?
They do not.
Do they appear similar to the one that was sitting in front of the radiation room?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll enter the room a little bit. Let my robot buddy follow me, and then give the command assess.
It responds, security office.
Oh, so okay, the one in the center is the chief security officer's room. That would make sense. There was less monitors in there. This is just the entirety of the ship's security. Okay.
And there are two other orange doors in this room.
All right. Well, I'll go to the first one to the east there. Beep boop beep.
Okay. Cylindrical bodies, their interiors visible through open holes in their sides, and displaying all manner of colorful string and thin pieces of horn, lie atop tables throughout the room. A hulking metal thing with insectile arms and legs stands still as a statue, its arms inside one of these other security bots.
So yeah, Stein, timetable wise, you probably should pop another
There's a
comp
red
language.
door to the south.
Okay.
Pop a
Stein, did
what?
you catch that?
Not all of it.
Timetable wise, you should probably pop another comp language.
Okay.
Just so you have consistent overlap and we don't have any miscommunications with the deadly robots.
All right, I'm gonna start casting comprehend language. I'm gonna sit down for 10 minutes and do it.
Okay.
Yep, and we'll wait in like the security room while he's doing that, not the repair shop.
Yeah.
What color is the door to the south? You said orange, both?
No. To the south of that first room off the hallway is orange. To the south of the second room, the maintenance room, red.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, you guys wait. The comprehend languages goes off.
All right. Let's pop this orange door first.
Okay. This room appears to be a storeroom, filled with small boxes of paper-like material, long metallic tentacles hanging from the ceiling, and even odder metal rods, discs, hemispheres, and other inexplicable objects.
Any of the metal rods look like the baton weapon the first robot we encountered had?
No, they look more like struts.
Ah, okay. All right. Let's swing into that other room with the red door and pop that open.
Okay. Rows of closed metal boxes line the walls of this room. A high bench in the middle of the room has open boxes sitting atop it, and several of the crates contain oval objects resting in nests of soft, spongy material. A stack of large coin-shaped objects stands beside the boxes.
Coin-shaped objects, but they're not the coins that we've encountered from the casino.
Correct.
Like they're distinctly different. Okay.
Yes.
Do they have holes in the middle?
No.
Not washers. But one does not stack washers.
Bullshit, I stack washers.
You have too much time on your hands. All right. Yeah, I guess Stein and I'll just sweep these 4 rooms real here, and then we'll start moving on from here.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check. All right, so you start looking through, and in that first zone, you don't really find anything. The small closet with the parts, while they're oddly shaped, they are just metal bits. The maintenance area has nothing of value, but this last room behind the red door, as you're looking about, you realize that those orbs are the same as the orb that you have. At least some of them are. What was the description I gave for you of the orb you guys have? I believe I have an indicator on it.
The thermal detonators?
Yeah.
We have 2.
Yeah. Isn't there a band of color I said that was on it? Like a billiard ball?
I believe so.
What
I
color is
don't
it?
have the full description written down.
That's important. You need to write that down. That color is important. Because in
Okay.
these, you see one is that there are dozens of them. There are a dozen yellow ones, a dozen green ones, a dozen green ones, a dozen black ones, and a dozen red ones.
All right. Well, Stein, you should probably put them in the bag of holding. Did you get all that?
Ow, I bumped my toe. What'd you say? What did
You remember
say?
the grenades that we have?
Yes.
Well, we're assuming they're grenades.
Yes.
We just got 48 more, but they're all different.
Okay. Put them in bag of holding.
Yes. There are 12 with a yellow band, 12 with a green band, 12 with a red band, and 12 with a black band. I will have to go back in sesh and listen to when we got those. That would have been 5 or 6 weeks ago. Remember what colors we have for the other 2 that we have? Because we got one outside of the sim and one inside of the sim.
The one inside the sim was a black one. That I remember.
Okay.
Okay, we had 12 with a black band, 12 with a
12 yellow, 12 green, 12 red, 13 black. and then one mystery one that I have to go.
Black, yellow.
Go back in time, and
What colors are they again? Black, yellow.
it's in chat.
Oh, okay.
But now we have a couple to play with without wasting them.
Pretty sure the
Like
one
outside-
that you had first was a green one, but I'm not 100% on that.
I think it was as well, but it's either green or yellow because that's what I was thinking, but I didn't remember which of the two. So I will go back in session, listen to that session, and see if I can find it. Because that was the
Because these are the large spheres with that have like a big button and a small button with a dial.
yeah, which we ascertained the big button and the small button and the dial was some sort of timer and detonator, but that was like or timer and activator, but that was all we ascertained. Based on the int rolls that or the investigation rolls that we had. All right. But no small gray glass squares in here?
No.
Damn it. All right, onward. Back out of all these rooms, then west, then south.
All right. You go west, then south, which are a series of black doors.
Well,
The
from
first
what we've
one,
established, black hasn't been too important, so yeah, beep boop beep.
yep, the first one opens to reveal a combination living and eating area.
It seemed like more like a common room than private quarters.
More like private quarters that includes like a small dining settee area.
Ah, somebody important's room. They get their own table.
Or something, yeah. You're just moving on then, or
Yeah, we'll just do bulk rolls for the investigation.
so you start opening more doors, revealing more. So the next door would be another set of living quarters. The room after that is empty, but opposite it is another closed black door. Are you going to go to that door or just continue down the hall?
A door inside of a room?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll open that.
All right. It's another empty room.
How many rolls is that?
We're not done yet. So then you
Yeah, we're just sweeping Stein.
you continue down the hall, opening each of the black doors, revealing more and more living quarters. Now you can make your investigation check.
How many of them? Just one?
Just one. In all of these rooms, you find nothing of interest.
Oh, fucking hell.
And that's why there's just one roll.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just like, let's just bulk roll these.
But
However,
as you guys get to that first 60 by 60 room with the dark elevator cylinder in it, you guys would be at a time to take a long rest.
right. Let's go back to the security office.
The orange door to the east.
Yeah. So
Okay.
east, then north, and then east again.
Yeah.
That
I'll just clarify, not the central one.
correct.
Okay. Sure. You go back to that orange door, you open it. The robot nipping at your heels.
Would Stein still have comp language up to do a couple more, like in our downtime before we actually fall asleep?
Oh, well, our downtime.
He'd probably have time for one.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're risking exhaustion checks.
Yeah, I was just thinking of doing numerical values. Would that be a possibility of doing multiple numerical values with a single roll, or can he only get the word 1, 2, etc.?
He can only get the word.
Okay.
I shouldn't say that. He can get the number. So if it's a compound number, you would have that number.
Okay, so if he wanted to do like 21, he would have
Yeah.
2, 1.
He could do 2 and 1. Like you would need like the basic digits. You also don't know
So
how
no
many
place
digits
value.
their numerical system has.
That's true. Well,
So what I would say is you can make an investigation check to try to determine what type of numerical system they use in their language. That's just an investigation check.
All right.
I can't help you with that.
You can help me. Okay, I'm going.
I cannot help you with that.
I'm going to cast enhance ability on myself.
Okay, that you can do.
So I can get
Yeah, dude, I can build the lexicon based on your knowledge, but I can't actually help with the linguistic side of things.
So, Stein, you realize that this language uses a base 16 numbering system.
Okay.
Heretics.
In hexadecimal.
And yes, it's in hexadecimal. And now you can make your language check to try and determine the actual numbers.
31.
So this is just an int check.
Just a what check?
Just an intelligence check.
Right? Yeah.
Well, you're not proficient in it, so you wouldn't have the +9. It'd just be your +5. Or you have a 20 int, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so just be your +5. But that's fine. You hit it. And yeah, so you guys have numbers. You don't need to tell them to me in hexadecimal. You're able to translate them in game. So you can just tell me you want like 20 or something, and that would be the equivalent of in hexadecimal.
All right. All right, Stein, you want to risk 1 exhaustion? Well, the thing is, you can always risk 1 exhaustion.
I don't sleep.
But you
But
still
you
would
do
take
need to
exhaustion.
rest.
Oh yeah.
You would still take exhaustion if you don't pass the check. However, you would only take 1 exhaustion. So you can you can always risk 1 exhaustion.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna do that.
Because it'll go away after the long rest.
Forgot what character I was playing. Yeah, Stein does need rest. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I'm assuming Ifan and Lucina and Soup would go down for the long rest, and myself and Stein would stay up playing around with the robot trying to figure out the word for hour.
Okay. Well, make your language check for hour.
Do I not have advantage, proficiency in it? So it'd be
No,
be a
you
+5.
don't. It's correct. It's +5.
Yep.
You now know the word hour.
All right. So between Stein and I, we'll I'm looking for my list. Yep, I will give the robot the command.
Can we learn the word guard?
Oh, and Mister, you need to make a con save against exhaustion.
I do too. I stayed up with him.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put numbers in parentheses under.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
Because we know numbers. Yeah.
By the way, you
So
do
yeah,
not
I'm
get
going to say restore, and then return, and then 8, and then hours. And then I make a con save.
Yep. So Stein's fine.
Barely.
Just barely, as the robot wheels off out of sight.
Did it give any sort of acknowledgement?
Nope. It just turned around and started wheeling off.
At what point in those groups of commands did it start wheeling off?
When you finish speaking.
Okay, so it waited for me to finish giving all of the commands. So okay.
As long
Alright,
as you
alright.
issue them close together so that it
Yep.
that it forms a single command sequence, yes. But if you'd stopped at any point, it would have then turned around
Yeah.
and started going off.
Restore. Pause.
Yeah, it's gone. Bye.
Well, dead robot ain't no use to us. So let him go charge up.
So yeah, we're gonna figure this language out.
One word at a time.
Yep. Hey, it's something. It like that's the nice thing though. Like between you and I, we actually have the best chance of building a lexicon.
Well, now we can work out which symbol stands for, roughly translates into.
Well, you still have those instruction manuals. So like that
Yeah.
entire time you would have been able
Yeah,
to
that's how you've
like,
been able to
read-
do this. You've been referencing that with comprehend languages to compare what you know that word means to what it looks like on the page and trying to figure out how to say it.
So not only we're building a lexicon, we're actually building a I'm sorry. We're not only we're building a dialect, we're also building a lexicon. I keep saying lexicon in the wrong context here.
I know what you mean, though.
We're
Yeah.
gonna start
Yeah, I mean
teaching it
dialect
to
every time
everybody.
I've said lexicon.
It'll be the
But-
current language of the guild.
All right. And then you guys go down for your long rest, or are you staying up later?
No,
I said a watch.
yeah, we'll do it on. We have some watches to do.
Oh, what's
Yep.
your watch order?
Well, the first hour Stein and I were up, so I'll just stay up. And then Stein can take over, like he'll go down for a little bit. So it'll be and then Lucina and Itfan were already sleeping, so we'll just wake them up for the later watches. Lucina on
Yeah.
third watch, as always.
Yep.
The 8 hours pass uneventfully. You guys have completed a long rest.
Yay!
And with that, I think we will call it there for the evening.
Dude. This game is so much different than our last one. Kudos. We're
Thank you.
creating our own language now in the world.
Woo!
We'll teach it to a member of the.
That's a good bit age. That's a
We'll
good bit.
teach it to Lucina's family. Teach it